right, we are on the record. The record will reflect the presence of all jurors. The defendant and all counsel are present. Thank you for being on time. I'm sorry for the delay. There was a technical issue with getting some sound to play on a video. So rather than you sit here for 5 minutes and watch them scramble trying to fix the computer, I thought I'd just let you wait outside. So I apologize for the late start. But we're ready to proceed. Mr. Owens, you want to call your next witness?
Yes, thank you very much, Your Honor. You will now call Jane Doe, number 3.
All right. Right, come on up here, ma'am. And ma'am, if you could stand here, raise your right hand and face the clerk.
You do solemnly state that the testimony you are about to give in the matter now pending before this court shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes. Yes, I do.
Thank you. You may be seated. And at this time, if I could have information from our interpreter, please.
My name is Grace Lee. I'm the certified interpreter for Vietnamese language, and my badge number is 301816.
And Your Honor, the interpreter's identification has been verified by the court. And if I could ask of Deputy DA Owens, is the person at the witness stand in the front seat Jane Doe number 3?
Có phải là tên là Jane
Thank
Doe
you.
số 3 hay không?
All right. Good morning, ma'am.
Xin chào bà. Chào lại. Chị nói đi. Chị nói chào tiếng Anh hả? Chào tiếng Anh. Dạ, chị nói chào là em dịch. Chào. Chào buổi sáng. Good morning, Your Honor.
All right, and I'll ask the interpreter to move the seat forward so you can speak into the microphone, okay?
Okay, em phải dọi vào đây.
And I'll ask the witness to, can you please move over
Chị
to your
chuyển ghế
left?
qua đây. Chị chuyển ghế qua đây. Dạ. Okay, thank you.
All right, and I'll ask the interpreter to speak into the microphone. Okay.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Good morning, ma'am.
Xin chào bà. Chị
We
chào.
are going to refer to you
Chúng
as
tôi
Jane
sẽ
Doe
nói
number
tên của
3.
chị là Jane Doe số 3.
We are not going to be using your true name
Chúng tôi sẽ
so
không
we can protect your
sử dụng
anonymity.
tên thật của chị để chúng tôi bảo vệ
And
danh
there's
tánh
a
cho
few
chị.
cameras in the courtroom.
Và sẽ có một số máy
They've
quay
been
phim ở
ordered
trong
not
này.
to broadcast or
Chúng tôi
video
yêu
your
cầu
face at
họ
all, also
không có
to
chiếu
maintain your
cái mặt của
anonymity.
chị để bảo vệ danh tánh cho chị.
The attorneys have some questions for you.
Luật sư sẽ hỏi chị một vài câu hỏi.
And we're going to start first with Mr. Owens.
Chúng tôi sẽ bắt đầu trước tiên với ông Owen.
All right, Mr. Owens, direct examination.
Ông Owen, cảm ơn đối chị.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Doe, number 3,
Chào bà, Jane Doe số 3.
can you please
Good morning,
Good morning.
sir.
can you please tell us how old you are?
Xin cô làm ơn cho biết cô bao nhiêu tuổi?
59 tuổi.
I am 59 years old.
On May 24th of 2018, how old were you?
Vào ngày 24 tháng 5 năm 2018, chị bao nhiêu
Chắc
tuổi?
là không nhớ.
Oh my God, I cannot remember.
2018 là
Tháng 5, ngày 24 năm 2018, chị bao nhiêu tuổi?
tôi không có tính giỏi.
I don't know how to calculate.
Tính không giỏi.
I am not a good person at calculating.
Okay, so if we're talking about a year ago,
Như
it's
vậy
fair to
chúng
say
ta,
that you were around the age of 58 or 59.
như vậy chúng ta nói cái chuyện này là xảy ra cách đây 1 năm, tức là chị vào khoảng 58 tuổi hay là 59 tuổi? 58, yes, 58 years old.
What part of town do you live in? What city?
Chị ở trong thành phố nào?
Tôi ở Cardiff by the Sea.
Hornets by the Sea.
Cardiff by the Sea. Cardiff by the Sea.
Cardiff, cho chị đánh vào
Cardiff by the Sea.
Cardiff.
Call you.
All right, the record reflect each witness is writing something on the notepad for the interpreter, and I'll ask the interpreter to read what she wrote.
I live on Cardiff by the Sea. She wrote the word Cardiff.
Okay, next question.
Thank you, Your Honor. Is Cardiff by the Sea a community in the city of Encinitas?
Có phải cái California là một cái cộng đồng ở thành phố Encinitas không chị? Ở trong thành phố Encinitas.
Phải ạ.
Yes, it is.
Okay, and ma'am, when you give an answer, we need you to say yes or no in Vietnamese. You can't say mm-hmm or mm-mm.
Khi cô trả lời, cô làm ơn trả lời bằng tiếng Việt chứ cô không nói mà
Tôi xin lỗi.
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
That's okay. All right, next question, Mr. Owens.
Câu hỏi kế tiếp.
Thank you, Your Honor. Now, what street, without telling the house number, what street do you live on?
Cô không cần nói cái số nhà, cô cho tôi biết cái đường của địa chỉ đường ở nhà cô ở cái đường là đường gì?
Lake Drive.
Lake Drive.
Where you live on Lake Drive, is that close to Birmingham?
Có phải mà chị ở trên Lake Drive nó gần tới Birmingham hay không?
Phải.
Yes, it is.
Now, on May 24th of last year, do you remember calling the police?
Chị có nhớ ngày 24 tây tháng 5 năm ngoái, có phải chị có nhớ là chị đã gọi cảnh sát hay không? Yes, I did.
Did something happen that day that caused you to call the police?
Có phải có chuyện gì đã xảy ra vào ngày hôm đó mà đã làm cho chị gọi cảnh sát hay không?
Có một người đến cái kiểu như là họ tôi không biết nói sao chị, không có một người đến họ cởi quần nha chị đó, sao tôi nói tôi đâu biết nói.
There was a person, they came and they like he like took off his pants. I don't know what to say.
Ms. Doe number 3, are you uncomfortable talking about what the man did that day?
Cô Chendo số 3, có phải cô không có thấy thoải mái khi cô nói về cái chuyện người đàn ông ngày hôm đó hay không?
Phải.
Yes, that is correct.
Were you upset when the man did that?
Chị có bực mình khi cái người đàn ông đó làm điều đó hay không? Yes, I was.
Were you offended by what he did?
Chị có cảm thấy bị chạm tự ái cái điều ông ta làm hay không? Yes, I was.
After the man took his pants off, did you see his penis?
Khi mà ông ta cởi cái quần ông ra, chị có thấy cái dương vật của ông ta hay không?
Thấy.
Yes, I did.
What did you do when the man took his pants off and showed you his penis?
Chị đã làm gì khi ông ta cởi cái quần ra và ông ta cho chị thấy cái dương vật của ông ta?
Thì lúc đó tôi nói không tôi bỏ tôi đi.
At that moment I said no, and then I walked away.
Where did this happen?
Chuyện đó xảy ra ở đâu?
Ở trước nhà tôi.
In front of my house.
What were you doing when this, prior to when this happened?
Trước khi chuyện đó xảy ra thì chị đang làm gì?
Trước khi cái chuyện đó xảy ra, tôi đang chắt bông.
Before that happened, I was cutting the flowers.
Do you have a flower garden in your front yard?
Có phải là chị có một cái vườn hoa ở cái sân trước của nhà chị hay không?
Có.
Yes.
Nhỏ.
A small flower garden.
Do you have large fruit trees in your front yard?
Chị có những cái cây ăn trái lớn ở phía trước nhà chị hay không?
Có.
Yes.
When you were gardening your flowers in your front yard, how is it that you saw the man come up to you?
Khi chị đang cắt hoa trước nhà, làm thế nào mà chị thấy cái người đàn ông vào trong nhà chị như thế nào?
Tôi đang cắt bông thì nó đã tới rồi.
I was cutting flowers and then he was right here.
Nó đã tới rồi.
Okay, the witness is indicating to her left.
Chị đang chỉ về phía bên trái của chị, phải không?
Đúng rồi, tôi đang đây thì nó đã tới bên đây.
Yes, I was cutting the flowers and he was right there.
Did he walk up behind you?
Có phải ông ta đi tới từ đằng phía sau lưng chị hay không? Phía sau lưng chị ông ta đi tới, đúng hay không?
Đúng rồi.
Yes, that is correct.
Did you have your back turned facing him?
Có phải là cái lưng của chị quay về cái hướng ông ta hay không?
Đúng rồi.
Yes, that is correct.
What, if anything, did he say to you?
Nếu có gì nói, ông ta đã nói gì với chị? Nếu có.
Ông hỏi tôi là chắc nhiều bông lắm hả?
He asked if I was cutting a lot of flowers.
Thì tôi nói là chỉ có bao nhiêu đây thôi.
And then I told him just only those flowers.
What did he say after you told him that?
Ông ta đã nói gì sau khi chị nói như vậy?
Trời, không có nói gì hết á.
He didn't say anything.
What happened after you told him only these flowers?
Sau khi mà chị đã nói với ông ta là chỉ có cái mấy bông này thôi, thì chuyện gì đã xảy ra?
Tôi đi tới cây cam.
I was walking toward the orange tree.
Tôi xoay qua. Thì nó cởi cái quần ra.
I turned my back and then he was taking off his pants.
Do you remember him saying anything else to you before you started walking to the orange tree?
Chị có nhớ là ông ta đã có nói cái gì khác trước khi mà chị đi tới cây cam hay không? No.
Now, was this the first time you ever saw that man?
Có phải đây là lần đầu tiên mà chị thấy cái người đàn ông này hay không? Yes.
Đúng.
Yes, that is correct.
Had you ever seen this man before the day he pulled his pants down?
Chị có bao giờ từng thấy ông ta trước đây, trước cái ngày mà ông ta cởi cái quần xuống hay không?
Tôi thấy trước một lần rồi.
I saw him before once.
That's what I want to talk to you about.
Đó là cái điều mà tôi muốn nói với bà.
Ms. Doe,
Xin bà Đô,
was the day this man took off his pants in front of you and showed you his penis, was that the second time you had seen him?
như vậy cái ngày mà ông ta cởi cái quần ra để mà cho bà thấy cái dương vật, có phải đó là lần thứ nhì bà gặp ông ta hay không?
Đúng.
Yes, that is correct.
What was the first time you saw him?
Như vậy lần đầu tiên bà thấy ông ta là khi nào?
Tôi nói
I don't remember the day.
And understanding that you don't know the day, about how much time before the day you called the police did you first see him?
Tôi hiểu rằng bà không cần nhớ cái ngày, nhưng mà bà có thể nói cho tôi biết cái khoảng thời gian trước đó mà bà gặp ông ta đó, trước cái ngày mà bà gọi cảnh sát đó, trước đó.
chắc là 1 tháng.
I think around a month ago.
So tell me what happened the first time you saw this man a month before you called the police.
Bà có thể nói cho tôi biết chuyện gì đã xảy ra vào cái ngày cách đây 1 tháng trước đó mà bà gọi cảnh sát, đó là trước đây 1 tháng bà gặp ông ta như thế nào?
Chỉ có 1 tháng, ổng chỉ tới ổng nói là ổng chào tôi thôi. Rồi ổng nói tên là ổng.
A month before he just came and say hello to me. Ông chào chị rồi ông nói gì nữa?
Nói tên là ổng thôi.
And then he introduced himself. He introduced his name. And then I didn't say anything.
And Your Honor, the witness is taking both of her hands and extending them in front of her chest and shaking them back and forth as she's describing how she reacted.
Tức là chị đưa cái tay như vậy là
Next
ý là
question.
người ta muốn nói là cái phản ứng của chị như thế nào. Chị không có nói gì hết. Dạ, câu hỏi kế tiếp.
Ms. Doe number 3, when he introduced himself a month prior, what did he say his name was?
Cô trên đô số 3, khi cách trước đó 1 tháng ông ta tới, ông ta giới thiệu thì ông ta nói tên của ông ta là gì? David.
When he introduced himself, did he say, "Hi, my name is David"?
Khi ông ta tới để giới thiệu, có phải ông ta nói với chị là hi, tên tôi là David hay không?
Đúng.
Yes, that is correct.
Did you introduce yourself? Yes or no?
Chị có giới thiệu tên của chị hay không? Yes, I did.
When you first met this man a month before, did you look at his face or look him in the eyes?
Khi trước đó 1 tháng khi chị gặp ông ta lần đầu tiên á, thì chị có nhìn vô mặt ông ta hay là chị nhìn vô con mắt ông ta?
Tôi không cần biết nó là ai, nó tới nó chào tôi không cần biết nó là ai, tôi có nhìn nó.
No, he came toward and introduced himself, but I don't care. I don't need to know who he is, so I didn't look at him.
Why didn't you look at him in the eyes?
Tại sao chị không nhìn thẳng vô con mắt của ông ta?
Tại vì lúc đó tôi cắt cái bông thì nói chung cũng nắng lắm, trời nắng lắm, mà tôi không thích, thường tôi ít nhìn người ta lắm, tôi nhìn lên cái vậy thôi là tôi nhìn nghiêng nó vậy nè, chứ tôi không có nhìn ngay nó.
Because at that moment I was cutting the flowers and then the sun was shining into my eyes. So and then usually my habit, I don't like to look at people like directly. So I was looking at him like in a slanted way, in a different direction.
Ms. Doe number 3, are you Vietnamese?
Cô trên đô số 3 có phải cô là người Việt Nam hay không?
Đúng.
Yes, I am.
Is there a habit or custom in Vietnamese culture to not look at strangers directly in the face?
Có phải là cái thói quen hay là cái phong tục của người Việt Nam là mình không nhìn người lạ thẳng vô trong mặt hay không?
Đúng.
Yes, that is correct.
Is that part of the reason why you did not look at the man in the face?
Có phải đó là một phần lý do tại sao mà chị không nhìn thẳng vô mặt ông ta hay không?
Đúng.
Yes, that is correct.
When a man who you do not know walks up and introduces himself, is that uncomfortable for you?
Khi có một người đàn ông mà chị không biết tự nhiên tới trước mặt chị và giới thiệu, có điều đó làm cho chị không có thoải mái hay không?
Đúng.
Yes, that is correct.
When this man introduced himself the first time as David, where were you?
Khi người đàn ông giới thiệu tên ông ta là David với chị, thì lúc đó chị ở đâu? Lần đầu tiên ông giới thiệu tên ông là David, chị ở đâu?
Cái nhà tôi ngoài cái sân nó, tôi nhổ cỏ.
I was outside in front of my yard and I was weeding the grass.
You were weeding the grass?
Chị đang nhổ cỏ phải
Tôi
không?
đang nhổ cỏ.
Yeah, I was picking up the grass.
After the man introduced himself and you introduced yourself, what did he say?
Sau khi người đàn ông đã giới thiệu tên ông ta và chị giới thiệu tên của chị thì ông ta đã nói cái gì?
Bye.
He said bye.
Không có nói gì.
He didn't say anything.
At any point when he first met you, did he ask you if you were married?
Có một thời điểm nào đó lần đầu tiên mà ông ta gặp chị, ông ta có hỏi chị là chị đã có gia đình chưa? Có phải hay không?
Cái lúc đầu có.
The first time, yes.
The first time you met him, when he asked you if you were married, what did you say?
Lần đầu tiên khi ông ta gặp chị, ông ta hỏi chị đã có gia đình chưa thì chị trả lời như thế nào?
Tôi nói có.
I told him yes.
Did you tell him you had a husband?
Chị có nói với ông ta là chị có chồng hay không?
Có.
Yes, I did.
Did he ask you if your husband was there?
Ông ta có hỏi chị là chồng của bà có ở đó hay không?
Không.
No, he did not.
Did you say that your husband was there?
Chị có nói cho ông ta biết là chồng của chị đang ở đó hay không?
Cái câu hỏi này thì tôi nói khi mà nó cởi quần ra thì tôi mới nói tôi là chồng tôi, chứ tôi không có nói. Không.
No, but only when he took off his pants, then I told him I was calling my husband.
So the second time.
Như vậy cái đó là lần thứ nhì. Yes, that is correct.
So I want to focus on the first time that you met this man.
Tôi muốn tập trung vào lần thứ nhất, lần đầu tiên chị gặp người đàn ông này.
Other than him introducing himself as David, did he tell you where he lived?
Ngoài cái việc mà ông ta giới thiệu tên của ông ta là David á, ông có nói với chị là ông sống ở đâu hay không?
Ông nói ông ở cái đường Lake.
He told me he live on Lake.
Is that Lake Drive the same street that you live on?
Có phải đó là Lake Drive cùng cái đường mà chị ở hay không?
Đúng.
Yes, that is correct.
Did he make any comments about your fruit trees?
Ông ta có nói cái gì giống như phê bình hay là có cái lời nói gì về những cái cây ăn trái của trong nhà chị hay không? No, he did not.
After he said his name was David and he lived on Lake Drive, what did he do?
Sau khi ông ta giới thiệu tên của ông ta là David và ông ta ở trên Lake Drive thì ông ta làm gì? Kế tiếp.
Không nhớ.
I cannot recall.
Was he friendly the first time you met him?
Lần đầu tiên chị gặp ông ta, nhìn ông ta có vẻ thân thiện hay không?
Tôi không có thân thiện lắm, giống như bình thường thôi, giống như là mọi người ở.
Ông ta có thân thiện hay không?
Ông ta thân thiện với tôi hả?
You mean he is friendly with me?
The first time you met him, was he friendly with you?
Lần đầu tiên chị gặp ông ta có thân thiện với chị hay không?
Cũng như mọi người chào hỏi với nhau thôi.
It's just like typical exchanging greetings like everybody else.
Was it brief?
Có ngắn gọn hay không?
Ngắn gọn, chào hỏi ngắn gọn.
Very brief, a very brief greeting.
What was he wearing the first time you met him?
Lần đầu tiên chị gặp ông ta mặc cái gì?
Ông mặc cái áo thun không có cổ, không có tay, mà nó sát vô những cái quần nó ngắn, tới đây nó bó
He
lại.
was wearing like a very tight, no sleeve, no collar, and then the very tight shorts.
What type of outfit was that? The very tight shirt with no sleeves and tight shorts.
Chị cái kiểu đó là kiểu quần áo gì?
Cái loại mình là chạy xe cục.
The outfit that for cyclists, for people who are riding the bicycle.
Did you see him with a bicycle the first time you met him?
Lần đầu tiên chị gặp chị có thấy ông ta đem chiếc xe đạp hay không?
Có chứ, lần đầu tiên nó có chạy xe đạp.
Yes, the first time he was riding the bicycle.
Where did you see him put his bicycle when the day he introduced himself to you?
Cái ngày mà ông ta tới giới thiệu tên cho chị thì chị thấy ông ta để chiếc xe đạp ở đâu?
Tôi cắt cỏ ở đây thì nó dựng cái xe ở đây.
I was doing the grass right here and he was putting the bicycle against the fence of my house.
When you're describing the area where he put the bicycle, was that at the top of your driveway past your cars?
Có phải chị diễn tả là chiếc xe đạp đó là nằm ở cái khúc đầu của cái đường lái xe vô mà nó nằm qua chiếc xe hơi của chị hay không?
Chắc là không nhớ. Tôi chỉ nhớ là nó dựa cái hàng rào nhà tôi thôi. Tôi cãi nó.
Oh my God, I cannot remember. The only thing I remember is against the fence of my house, and then I don't care.
Okay. Let me ask you, after he introduced himself and said that he lived on Lake Drive and asked if you were married, did he leave?
Sau khi tôi hỏi cô là sau khi ông ta giới thiệu và ông ta nói ông ta ở trên đường Lake Drive và ông ta hỏi là cô có gia đình chưa, sau đó là ông ta rời nhà hay phải không?
Nói lại nữa.
Sau khi ông ta giới thiệu tên và ông ta nói ông ta ở trên đường Lake và ông ta hỏi là chị có gia đình chưa, sau đó là ông ta rời nhà phải không? Rời nhà chị.
Đúng.
Yes, that is correct.
After first meeting him, did you ever see him again before the day you called the police?
Sau khi lần đầu tiên chị gặp ông ta rồi đó, từ đó chị có còn gặp ông ta lần nào nữa không? Trước khi mà cái ngày chị gọi cảnh sát.
Cái lần đầu tiên tôi gặp ổng hả?
The first time I saw him.
cái lần đầu tiên tôi gặp, xin lỗi nha chị, dịch lại đi.
Okay, she requests me to interpret again. Sau cái lần đầu tiên chị gặp ông ta rồi, cho tới cái ngày mà chị gọi cảnh sát, chị có gặp ông ta lần nào nữa hay không? No.
All right, just a moment. I can't have the interpreter have a conversation with the witness, so please interpret her response, and if she needs to repeat the question, Mr. Owens can repeat the question, okay?
Yes,
All right.
Your Honor.
All right, next question.
Nếu
Thank
chị
you very
không
much,
hiểu,
Your
em
Honor.
phải gọi ông đọc lại câu hỏi.
Can you describe what he looked like?
Chị có thể mô tả là ông ta, hình dáng ông ta như thế nào hay không?
Tôi chỉ thấy cái thân của nó thôi, chứ tôi không có thấy cái mặt đó. Thì tôi thấy cái thân nó có nhiều bắp thịt, cái thịt nó giống như mấy cái người mà chạy xe cuộc á, nói chung là vậy đó, giống mấy cái người mà chạy xe cuộc á, cái cơ thể của nó đó.
I saw his body only. I didn't look at his face. So he has a muscular body, like the people who ride the bicycle, like the professional cyclists.
Did you see anything on his arms when he had no sleeves?
Chị có thấy cái gì trên cánh tay của ông ta không khi mà ông ta không có mặc áo mà che cái tay, không có tay áo đó?
Có.
Yes.
What did you see on his arms?
Chị thấy cái gì trên cánh tay của ông ta?
Nó xăm từ này xuống dưới đây, màu xanh,
Tattoos.
xanh cái cờ.
I saw his tattoos from here down to the wrist, and it has the flag.
All right, the witness
No.
indicated from her shoulder, when she said here, down to her wrist. You can continue with your answer.
Chị chờ chút xíu. Dạ chị nói lại đi. Chị nói lại.
Xin lỗi nha.
Dạ.
Nó xăm từ ở đây nè xuống đây ha.
Okay.
Một màu xanh, xanh cái cây cờ á.
Okay. Yeah.
Did you want to
Okay.
clarify?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, please interpret what she said.
Okay. The tattoo is from here down to the wrist, and then only one color is the blue color. The blue like the color of the flag.
Okay, and when you say here, can you point on your arm how high up the tattoos started?
Chị nói ở đây, chị có thể chỉ cái cánh tay, cái tattoo nó xăm từ đâu tới đâu.
Okay, indicating just below the shoulder on the bicep,
Dưới
or
cái
about
vai.
2 inches below the shoulder,
Yeah.
down to the
Khoảng
end of
2
the
inch
wrist.
dưới cái
All
vai,
right, the
xuống
record
cái
will so
cổ tay.
reflect. Go ahead, next question.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Câu
Your
hỏi
Honor.
kế tiếp.
And you recall it being a dark blue color, is that right?
Có phải chị nhớ nó là màu xanh dương đậm hay không?
Đúng rồi.
Yes, that is correct.
All right, and you said the color of the flag, the blue color on the
Chị
flag?
nói cái màu xanh của lá cờ phải không?
Đúng rồi, xanh đậm
Okay, there's an American flag
Có cái
behind
lá
us
cờ ở
here.
đó.
Đúng rồi đó.
Yes, that is correct, Your Honor.
All right, so we're referring to the blue on the American flag. It's a dark blue.
Cái đó là màu xanh đậm.
All right, next question.
Thank you, Your Honor. And you were gesturing to your left arm when you were describing the tattoo. Did you see anything on his right arm?
Hồi nãy giờ chị chỉ diễn tả cái cánh tay trái của chị có thấy cái gì bên cánh tay phải hay không?
Hai bên, nó xăm hai bên.
Both sides. I saw the tattoos on both arms.
Can you describe the tattoo on his right arm?
Chị có thể mô tả cái vết xăm ở bên cánh tay phải ông ta hay không?
Không, thấy một màu đó thôi, tôi không
No.
tôi kệ nó.
I only see one dark color, and then I don't care. I don't care.
Did the dark color tattoo on his right arm, where did it start and where did it end?
Cái cánh tay phải mà chị thấy cái dấu xăm đó là bắt đầu cái dấu xăm nó xăm từ đâu xuống tới đâu?
Xin lỗi nha, tôi không chính xác lắm. Tại vì cái lúc đó là cái tay tôi nó dơ lắm, cái tay tôi làm toàn là cát không à. Nó tới là nó bắt tay tôi thì tôi mới thấy cái tay nó từ không có rõ lắm, tôi chỉ thấy nó không có hết một cái tay. Tôi chỉ thấy một nửa thôi, tôi cạy nó.
I am so sorry. I didn't look at it very carefully because I was working and then my hands are all dusty, like a lot of dust and ground. I was working and then he was shaking my hands, but I don't care. I didn't look at it exactly.
Did he have tattoos covering both his left and right arm?
Như vậy chị có thấy cái dấu xăm á là ở phía bên cái cánh tay phải của ông ta đó là chị thấy hết không? Cái cánh tay phải chị có thấy cái dấu xăm hết cái cánh tay phải không?
Không thấy hết, không có nhớ. Tôi nhớ là nó tôi thấy là nó nhìn từ dưới xuống thì tôi thấy tôi thấy nó xăm hai cái tay thôi. Cái câu hỏi này tôi chỉ trả lời vậy thôi, tại tôi không có nhớ lắm.
I cannot recall. I'm so sorry. This is the only answer that I can give you. I just only remember on both arms, but I cannot remember exactly.
Okay. I'm not asking you to describe the tattoos, but do you remember seeing them on both arms?
Bây giờ tôi không muốn chị là mô tả cái dấu xăm, nhưng mà có phải chị nhớ là chị thấy dấu xăm ở cả hai bên cái cánh tay hay không?
Đúng.
Yes, that is correct.
Thank you. Now, the day that you called the police, you described how you were cutting flowers in your front yard. Can you describe what he was wearing on that day?
Cái ngày mà chị gọi cảnh sát đó thì chị nói là chị đang cắt hoa ở phía trước nhà. Chị có thể mô tả là ông ta đang mặc bộ đồ gì ngày hôm đó hay không?
Nó cũng mặc bộ đồ đó, mặc bộ đồ mà không có cổ.
That same outfit without no collar.
Did he have sleeves covering his arms, or were they exposed?
Có tay áo của ông ta không, hay là cái tay không có tay?
Nó mặc cũng như ngày trước vậy đó.
It's the same outfit that he was wearing previously.
Do you remember what color cycling outfit it was?
Chị có nhớ cái bộ đồ đó là màu gì hay không?
Màu xanh, cũng như cái cò vậy đó, xanh đậm đậm á.
Blue, dark blue, like the color of the flag.
His clothing was also dark blue, if you remember.
Như vậy chị cũng nhớ là bộ đồ của ông ta mặc cũng là màu xanh đậm luôn phải không?
Xanh đậm á.
Dark blue.
Did he have anything with him on this day?
Ông ta có cái gì với ông ta vào cái ngày hôm đó hay không?
Không nhớ. Tôi thấy tôi không có để ý lắm, tôi chỉ thấy là nó mặc cái đồ đó thôi, tại tôi không có nói với nó nhiều.
I cannot recall, and then I didn't pay much attention, and then I didn't talk to him a lot.
On the day that you called the police, did he have a bicycle?
Vào cái ngày mà chị gọi cảnh sát á, thì ông ta có chiếc xe đạp hay không?
Có.
Yes.
Where did he put it?
Ông ta để chiếc xe đạp ở đâu?
Cái nhà tôi nó để gần cái thùng rác á.
Next to the trash bin.
Do you keep your trash bins in your driveway?
Có phải chị để cái thùng rác chị ở cái lối xe lái vô đó phải không?
Đúng rồi.
Yes, that is correct.
Is that where he put his bicycle?
Có phải đó là cái chỗ mà ông ta để chiếc xe đạp ông ta hay không? Yes, that's the place he put it.
When he walked up alongside you, did you have your back turned to him?
Khi ông ta đi tới dọc để mà đi tới chị á, có phải là lúc đó cái lưng của chị quay về hướng ông ta hay không?
Ông đi ông đúng rồi, tôi không có nhìn nó tới thì tôi đi vậy thì hình như nó là sau tôi á, nó quay sau tôi.
Yes, it seems to me yes, he was walking and then he was behind me.
Did you see if he had anything with him when you saw him on that day?
Vào cái ngày mà chị thấy ông ta ngày hôm đó, chị có nhớ là ông ta có mang cái gì hay không? Có cái gì ông ta mang theo hay không?
Không nhớ. Có phải tôi không nhớ. Tôi không nhớ.
I cannot recall. I don't remember.
Do you remember if he had a backpack when you saw him?
Chị có nhớ là chị thấy ông ta có một cái ba lô khi chị gặp ông ta hay không?
Có, nhưng mà không có nhớ ngày nào nha chị xin.
Yes, but I cannot remember if that's the previous time or the second time.
And as best you recall, do you remember seeing the same man with a backpack on one of the two times that you met him?
Nhưng mà ít nhất là trong một hay hai lần mà chị gặp ông ta là có lần chị thấy ông ta có cái ba lô, đúng hay không?
Đúng.
Yes, that is correct.
What color was the backpack?
Cái ba lô đó màu gì?
Màu cũng màu xanh cái cờ á.
The same color, the blue, dark blue, like the flag.
Now, when he walked up behind you on the day you called the police, what did he say to you?
Vào cái ngày đó, cái ngày mà chị gọi cảnh sát á, khi mà ông ta đi tới kế chị mà chị đang làm việc á, thì ông ta đã nói gì với chị?
Chị lặp lại đi, xin lỗi chị lặp lại.
Vào cái ngày đó, cái ngày mà chị gọi cảnh sát đó, khi mà ông ta đi tới chị thì ông ta đã nói gì?
Let me inquire the interpreter. Did she ask you to repeat the question?
Yes,
Okay, you repeated the exact question?
exactly.
Okay, all right. You can answer.
Chị trả lời.
Tôi không nhớ.
I cannot recall.
Let me ask you this. When you saw him the second time, was he the same man that you met before?
Lần thứ nhì khi chị gặp ông ta, có phải ông ta là cái người mà trước đây chị đã gặp rồi hay không?
Đúng.
Yes, that is correct.
Can you describe that man's hair?
Chị có thể mô tả tóc của ông ta hay không?
Tại vì lúc mà nó tới nó chào tôi á, thì tôi đứng đây nè, thì nó đứng đây nè, tôi thấy cái tóc của nó thôi, chứ tôi không thấy cái mặt nó à. Giống như vậy là tôi xây là thấy cái tóc của nó thôi, cái tóc nó ngoằn lùn lùn như nào.
When he came toward and say hello to me, and then I stood up and I looked at him and I saw his hair like short curly hair.
What color hair?
Tóc của ông màu gì?
Đen.
Black.
What race was he, if you knew?
Theo chị thì ông ta là người chủng tộc gì?
Tôi không biết, tôi thấy da đen.
I don't know, but his skin is dark.
Tôi thấy đen.
I saw his skin dark.
Was he black?
Có phải ông ta là người da đen hay không?
Da đen á.
Yes, he is black.
Now, on this day when he walked up beside you, if you don't recall what he said to you, what do you remember doing?
Và cái ngày đó khi mà ông ta đi tới chị, nếu chị không nhớ là ông ta nói cái gì, thì chị có nhớ là lúc đó chị làm gì hay không?
Xin lỗi chị lặp lại.
Can you repeat the question?
What do you remember happening after he walked up behind you on the day you called the police?
Chuyện gì đã xảy ra khi ông ta đi tới chị ngày hôm đó mà chị gọi cảnh sát?
Cái ngày mà tôi cắt bông thì cái ông đi tới, thì tôi đi tới cái cây cam á, thì tôi đi tới cây cam thì ông cũng đi tới, đúng như hồi nãy tôi nói á, là tôi đi tới cây cam thì ông đi ngoài sau tôi á, thì ông cởi quần ra, ông còn quần vàng.
The day I was cutting flowers, and then I saw him. I was walking toward the orange tree, and then he was following me, and then he took his pants and then exposed his penis to me.
What did you say to him when you saw him expose his penis to you?
Khi mà chị thấy ông ta cởi cái quần ra và cho thấy cái dương vật, thì chị đã nói gì với ông ta?
Tôi nói tôi không có dùng cái mặt nó.
I said
kệ nó.
No.
Tôi tránh ra.
I
Tôi
did.
nhìn cho nó.
I
Bỏ đi.
didn't look at his face, and then he walked away.
All right, the record will reflect that witness turned her body and her head to the left as if looking away.
Diễn tả là chị đưa cái tay
Next
về phía
question.
người đó.
Thank you, Your Honor. Did you
Tôi đi tới cái cam.
No, chị.
Tôi có cần diễn tả không?
Do you need me
Tôi đi tới cái
to
cam
explain to you, or did you need me to show my action?
Oh, no, it's okay. You can sit down and we'll just wait for the next
Chị
question,
ngồi
okay?
xuống, người ta hỏi câu hỏi kế tiếp.
All right, go ahead, Mr. Owens. Next question.
Your Honor, if I may, Jane Doe number 3, would you like to demonstrate what he did and what you did so
Chị
that
có
the jury is able to see
Chị-
what happened?
tôi muốn hỏi chị là chị có muốn đứng lên để chị diễn tả chuyện gì chị đã làm như thế nào và ông ta đã làm cái gì để cho bồi thẩm đoàn có thể nhìn thấy hay không?
Được.
Yes, I can.
And then please step down from the witness stand.
Chị
And
bước
Your
xuống.
Honor, I would just like to alert the media to the entry into the well.
Bước xuống đây hả?
So you can actually walk down by where Mr. Owens is, and I'll ask the interpreter to go with. Yes.
Tôi đang đặt con thì nó tới.
Ms. Doe number 3, just wait one moment.
All right. Go ahead and ask your next question.
Thank you. Ms. Doe number 3, if you can demonstrate what you were doing when he walked up behind you and what happened, what he did.
Tôi xây bài nha. Tôi có nói
I
nha,
said
tôi
bye,
chạy nó ha.
and then I
Tôi
did
chạy
a
nó.
look at
Tôi đi
him.
tới cái
I
cam.
don't care, and I was
Tôi đi tới
walking
cái
toward
cam.
the
Tôi
orange
tưởng nó đi
tree.
về.
I thought that he would go
Tôi
home,
quay lại.
and then I turned my back.
Nó cởi quần nó ra, tôi cuốn ra.
He took off his pants and showed his penis.
Did you see his penis?
Chị có thấy cái dương vật mô
Please.
tả không?
Ms. Doe,
Yes.
Ms. Doe, please.
Ms. Doe, please stand next to the interpreter. And the record will reflect that she walked approximately 10 to 12 feet and then turned around to her right, and I think that's when she said that she saw the exposed penis. Is that correct, Ms. Doe?
Có phải đúng không là chị đi khoảng 10 đến 12 bộ?
Lúc đó là tại vì tôi chị dịch nha. Lúc đó là tại vì tôi xây bài. Tôi không có khe nó nha. Tôi
At
đã
that
chạy nó.
moment, I said bye to him, and then I don't care about
Tôi
him.
đâu có thấy nó đâu.
I didn't look at him,
Tôi mới đi.
and then I walked away,
Okay.
Tôi xây lại.
and then I turned my back, and then I saw him take off his pants.
Okay, so she did walk about 8 feet. She turned to her right, and that's when she looked back and said she saw the penis. Okay, next question.
After you saw his penis, what was he doing?
Ông ta làm gì nữa? Sau khi chị làm nữa?
Khi mà nó cởi quần ra thì nó thì tôi không có nhìn nó.
I
Tôi
said,
nói
I said no. When he took off his pants,
Nó chạy.
I didn't look at him, and then he ran away.
All right, the witness indicated that she had her hands out, shaking her hands and shaking her head, saying no, no, no. All right, you can retake the stand. I'll ask the interpreter to take the stand there next to her as well.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Wait till they get seated before you ask your next question. All right, next question.
Ms. Doe number 3, when you yelled no, 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 no to him, did you yell for your husband?
Khi mà cô đồ số 3, nếu mà khi mà cô la lên no quá thì chị có kêu chồng của chị hay không?
Lúc đó tôi không có kêu, tại vì chồng của tôi đang ngủ ở trong buồng.
No, I didn't yell at my husband because he was sleeping in his bedroom.
Did you say anything to this man about your husband?
Chị có nói cho người đàn ông này biết cái gì không về người chồng của chị không? Chị có nói cho ông ta biết không?
Tôi không có nói, tôi không có nhớ. Tôi chỉ nói no.
I cannot recall. I didn't say anything, but I just said no.
Thì nó chạy.
And then he ran away.
After he ran away, did you see if he grabbed his bicycle?
Sau khi ông ta chạy thì chị có thấy ông ta cầm giống như là nắm chiếc xe đạp của ông ta hay không?
Tôi thấy nó nắm cái xe đạp đó.
Yes, I saw him grabbing his bicycle.
Did he get onto his bicycle?
Rồi ông leo lên chiếc xe đạp của ông ta hả? Ông có leo lên chiếc xe đạp của ông ta
Cái
không?
lúc đó tôi không nhớ.
No, at that moment I
Tôi không
couldn't.
nhớ, tại tôi kệ nó.
I didn't remember because I don't care. I don't care.
I have to ask you a question that I know is uncomfortable, but when you saw his penis, was it erect, if you know?
Can you say that again, counsel?
Yes. I'm going to ask you an uncomfortable question.
Tôi biết tôi sao.
When you saw his penis, was it erect?
Tôi biết là câu hỏi này bà sẽ không thoải mái, nhưng mà bà thấy cái dương vật của ông ta nó có cương lên hay không?
Có.
Yes.
Did he touch himself?
Ông ta có dùng cái tay để đụng vào đó hay không?
Nó là cái bàn cổng.
Yes, he used his hand to hold the penis.
When you say he took off his pants, was he wearing the tight spandex cycling pants?
Khi mà chị nói ông ta cởi cái quần, có phải là cái quần bó mà cái spandex mà nó bó vô trong da, bị bó vô trong người hay không?
Nhưng mà nó không có cởi hết, nó chỉ cởi cho mình thấy cái con cu nó thôi nha.
Yes, but he did not take off his pants completely. He just took off his pants to the point that I can saw his penis.
And he held his penis with his other hand?
Và ông ta dùng cái tay để ông ta giữ cái cầm cái đó, đúng hay không? Yes.
Was he facing you?
Có phải là ông ta nhìn vào mặt chị không? Lúc đó ông hướng cái mặt của ông quay
Ông
về
hướng
chị
vô
hay
tôi
không?
mà tôi không hướng vào ổng.
Yes, he was facing me, but I was not facing him.
Was he looking at you?
Có phải ông ta đang nhìn vào mặt chị hay không?
Cái lúc đó tôi không biết, tại vì tôi vừa xoay qua thì tôi thấy nó cởi ra, tôi không có nhìn vào mặt nó, tôi nhìn vô tôi nhìn từ dưới, tôi nó cởi ra thì tôi thấy rồi, thì bắt đầu là tôi nói tôi không có nhìn vào mặt nó.
At that moment, I don't know, because I didn't look at his face. When I saw that, I said no, and then I did not look at his face.
I understand. Was he inside your yard?
Tôi hiểu rồi. Có phải là lúc đó ông ta ở trong cái sân vườn nhà bà hay không? Yes.
After he ran away and got his bicycle, what did you do?
Sau khi ông ta chạy đi và cầm chiếc xe đạp đi rồi thì chị đã làm gì?
Chết rồi, không nhớ.
Oh, I'm so sorry, I forgot. Because so many things.
Hỏi nhiều quá, không nhớ.
So many questions I cannot recall.
I know it's difficult,
Tôi biết là nó sẽ khó khăn.
but let me ask you it this way.
Bây giờ xin cô cho tôi hỏi cô cái kiểu này.
Did you tell your husband what happened?
Cô có kể cho chồng cô biết chuyện gì xảy ra hay không?
Sau khi nó đi rồi thì tôi vô trong nhà tôi nói cho chồng tôi nghe.
After he ran away, I came into the house and then I told my husband.
Were you still upset about what the man had done?
Có phải chị vẫn còn
Yes.
rất là bực mình cái chuyện ông ta đã làm gì không? Yes, I was.
Were you still offended by the fact he showed you his penis?
Chị có rất là bực bội và cái tức khi mà chị thấy ông ta cho chị thấy cái dương vật hay không?
Đúng.
Yes, that was correct.
Did you and your husband call the police?
Có phải lúc đó chị hay là chồng chị gọi cảnh sát hay không?
Chồng tôi gọi.
My husband called the police.
Did a sheriff's deputy from the Encinitas station come and see you that day?
Có phải là viên cảnh sát của thành phố Encinitas đã tới nhà chị để gặp chị ngày hôm đó hay không? Yes, that is correct.
When you talked to the deputy, were you still upset about what the man had done?
Khi mà chị nói chuyện với vị cảnh sát, chị vẫn còn bực tức vì cái chuyện đã xảy ra hay không? Yes.
As you sit here today and you're talking about what this man did to you, are you still upset? Does it still upset you?
Ngày hôm nay khi chị đang ngồi đây chị kể về cái chuyện người đàn ông đó, chị vẫn còn tức tối bực bội phải không? Yes, that is correct.
Why?
Tại sao như vậy?
Tại tới nhà tôi cởi quần ra, nó đưa con cu là gì tôi đâu có biết nó đâu. Tới nhà tôi nó làm vậy là tầm bạc bậy bạ quá.
Because he came to my house and then he took off his pants to show his penis. That's very sick.
Were you afraid of this man?
Chị có sợ người đàn ông này hay không?
Sợ chứ.
Yes, of course.
Why?
Tại sao chị sợ?
Tại vì tôi không biết nữa, tôi rất là sợ gặp những người không tốt.
I don't know, but I don't know how to say, but I am very afraid of bad people.
Now, when you spoke to the deputy, did you know that conversation was being recorded?
Khi mà chị nói chuyện với viên cảnh sát, chị có biết là cuộc nói chuyện của chị đã được thu băng hay không?
Biết.
Yes, I know.
Have you had an opportunity to review that recording, which is about 15 minutes long?
Chị đã có cơ hội xem cái cuộn băng đó hay không? Cái cuộn băng mà dài khoảng 15 phút đó, quay phim á.
Có.
Yes.
Your Honor, at this point in time, by stipulation of the parties, the people would like to play Court Exhibit 85 for identification.
Chiếu.
All right, is that agreeable to the defense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Will be played by stipulation? All right, and do we have a transcript?
I do.
15 copies?
I do.
All right, let's pass them out.
And it's been, I believe it's been marked as 85A for the transcript.
All right, I'm assuming this is in English?
It is in English, and the conversation was in English.
Okay.
Cuộc nói chuyện mà Đào Tiến.
All right, then we're going to pass out the transcripts to all the jurors. Keep in mind that this is a person who's transcribing the tape, their best effort to capture the words that are on this video. If you hear something different in the video than is on the transcript, go with what you hear. This is just an aid to help you understand. And this has been marked as Court Exhibit 85 for the, is it a CD?
It is, Your Honor.
All right, the CD will be marked as 85, the transcript will be marked as 85A. Can it be stipulated that the reporter need not transcribe the contents of the recording?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor, but as to that, we also have a transcription that we would like to pass out. I don't know if now is a good time to do it to save time, as there are some discrepancies in the transcriptions.
It's a transcript of the same
Correct.
recording? Well, I don't think they need to have two transcripts, but this probably should have been brought to the court's attention earlier. Is there an
Yeah,
issue?
well, yes, there is an issue with, when I review his transcript, it's not the same as ours. The wording is a little bit different.
Your Honor, there are times when three persons may begin speaking over each other, but the content, based upon my review of Mr. Watkins' transcript, appears to be the same.
All right, well, since we already passed this one out, we will go ahead and go with this, but we'll deal with this later, and we'll mark one that will go back to the jury after we have a chance to resolve this. I don't think we have time to resolve it right now. We have the witness here on the stand, so we will go ahead and are you ready to play it?
I am.
All right, and ma'am, we're going to go ahead and play. This is a body-worn camera. Is that correct?
Chiếu cái video
Okay.
nào quay
For
phim vậy đó.
identification purposes, I would state that this is the body-worn camera that was worn by Deputy Kyle Klein from the San Diego Sheriff's Department when he took this report on May 24th of 2018.
Và ngày 20
Okay, ma'am, we're going to go ahead and play a video of a statement that you made back on May 24th. I'm going to ask that you watch the video, and you can listen to it as well. But we're not going to have any questions during the time we're playing the video, so don't say anything while we're playing the video, okay, ma'am?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, thank you very much, and we'll go ahead and play it.
And Your Honor, if I may ask, maybe dim the lights.
Yes, we'll go ahead. Can we dim all the lights, please? And this contains a photograph of Jane Doe number 3, is that correct?
That is correct, Your
Right,
Honor.
in order that this video not be broadcast or shown or recorded by the local news media.
Oh, we can hear it though, Your Honor?
And you can play the video, the audio, not the
The
video.
audio, okay.
All right, go ahead and play
Thank
court
you.
exhibit number 85.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Hi, so what happened? Sit down, good.
And they say, "Hi, nice to meet you." I said, "Nice to meet you." And they say, "His name David." And then he asked me, "What's your name?" I said, "My name is Lee." I said, "Nice to meet you." I said, "Are you married?" I said, "Yes, I'm married." And then I don't talk to him. And then, "Nice to meet you." And then bye. And then today, he see me. I don't know. I cut the flower. I sit down. I cut the flower. I water. And then he come.
You come in the yard?
He come in. He put the Bible there.
You put the what over there?
The bicycle. The bicycle.
Okay.
And then he said hi. And then he said hi. And then he said, "You do a lot of flower." I said, "Yeah, I do a lot of flower." I said, "Show me the flower more." He said that. I said, "Yeah, clean up the line. I have one. Clean up the line."
Well, you're
And then
trying
he
to
said, "You
look
don't
for
want."
security, expose himself.
And then yeah. And then he I don't talk to him. And then he said, "Can he come again?" And I said, No. I have my husband. I have husband." And then he take off. He take. And then I run over there. And I run.
He take off his pants?
Yeah. And then
What do he look like?
he black. He black. Black.
He's said he lived down the street.
He said he lived in the lake.
He lives where?
Lake.
Well, who knows if he told the truth?
He lived in the lake.
How often do you see him?
I don't see him.
How many times you see him?
The second.
The second?
Yes.
Yesterday and then today?
No, last month.
Last month?
Yeah. And today he come again.
And then today he came again?
Ooh. He said he liked the people.
Well, apparently we have a pervert in the neighborhood.
Oh, do you guys?
What?
Do you?
I don't know. I say apparently.
Oh.
We have a pervert living in the neighborhood.
Yeah. Other than these 2 times, this is the only other.
I run. It makes me. I run. And then they come here. They call parents. I run. No. I call husband. I sick. My body is sick. My heart.
This all happened right here?
Yeah. Here. And you run here.
So he's trespassing too.
Yeah. Okay. Let me go grab. I'm gonna go grab a notebook. Do you have your ID?
My ID.
Yeah. Just either our driver's license or ID
Go
card.
get your ID. then.
Okay. You just leave it alone.
Yeah, he is.
You'd have to be crazy to tell us he lives on the street. You want me to say that? Help?
Yeah, sure, if you don't mind.
I don't mind. It's very English. Okay, great.
Just want to make sure I get everything right.
How long have you been with the Encinitas Force?
Well, I usually work out in Vista.
Oh.
I'm just working overtime
I see.
in Encinitas today.
Okay.
So the great thing with the sheriff's department is you can go, because we have so many contract cities, you can go from Vista to Encinitas to Santee to Valley Center.
All the way to Santee?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
We go all the way down to the border to Imperial
really?
Beach.
How long have you been with the force?
10 years.
10 years.
Oh, that's very fine.
Yeah.
Lynn, sit down.
That's a long time, yeah.
I can't imagine. I was sleeping when it happened. The guy comes right on the property. That's pretty damn bold.
Yeah, 18 years, live here.
Um,
Oh my
yeah,
God.
if you see him, call us, go inside, call us, don't, I
Do you understand? You see him again, you go inside, you call the phone.
Oh,
Call
I thought he
911.
gone.
You call 911.
One he gone only.
but it doesn't matter, even if you see him, if he tries to talk to you, call us right away. Don't talk to him. Just-
No.
yeah.
But do you understand? You telephone 911 immediately.
Yeah, I don't have to. Oh, you're crazy.
What's a cell phone number or house phone? So we'll start with what he looked like. Did he have like an afro, shaved head? Does his hair look like mine?
He can. So
Short hair?
And curly. He had curly. Had curly.
Did he have any tattoos on his face?
Oh, he tattooed the hand.
Which hand?
Two hands.
He had tattoos on both hands? He had two full ones?
Sleeves.
Like mine? Like those?
I think just only no color.
No color? Black and white?
I think blue.
Blue? Okay.
Two hands. I think.
The tattoo on the whole hand, they call it the sleeve.
Like full tattoos? Both on both arms?
Yeah.
Wow.
I see that. Yeah. I see that.
Do you ever regret getting your tattoo?
my wife.
You?
No, they don't bother me. How tall was he? Like,
Cái sóc, sóc là you à?
Right.
Là từ here, I think to your sóc đó.
Taller than you?
I think like that.
Okay.
I don't talk to people a lot and I don't know.
It's okay. It doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be exact.
Yeah, you're 5'6",
Yeah.
so maybe 5'8", 5'9".
Yeah.
Little taller than
yeah,
you?
little tall.
Was he heavy then?
He not tell he like people ride bicycle, you know. He ride bicycle. He wear the uniform but drive the bicycle. What? He wear the uniform. The people ride the bicycle. You see?
Oh,
What kind of uniform?
You see
like the cyclist uniform?
Yeah.
The stretchy ones?
The people they ride the bike every.
And they have many,
The colors?
The color blue, look like blue. The color dark blue. Not which kind, more dark blue.
dark blue,
Yeah,
Like a.
blue.
navy blue.
Okay.
And then
He was thin though? He wasn't
he
big?
not thin, not
Was he muscular?
he not thin, he not fat.
Okay, just normal?
Normal like people.
He normal or thin?
He thin more than you, a little. He thin more than you, little.
Okay.
Oh, you're very muscular.
Yeah.
You work out now, don't you?
I try to.
Yeah.
I try to.
People, you just,
And you said he was wearing a blue spandex suit?
yeah.
Like-
No. Short pants,
Short pants like
no
that.
underwear.
Okay, she was wearing shorts?
Yeah.
Were they tight or loose?
Tight.
Well, how do you know no underwear?
You take
Oh,
I done that, and then I say bye, and then he go, and then okay, I
Did
do
he-
like that. And
did
then
he
I
have-
come back, he do like that.
And you said he's a black man?
And he take his pants off?
Very easy.
Did he have tattoos on his legs?
The leg I don't do.
What color bike did he have?
I don't see, you put over there.
And you put it over there?
I hear that way only. I don't see it.
So when you talked to him a month ago, he came by a month ago?
I think a month now. I think a month. My nephew come, my nephew come visit. And I outside when he go home, I outside I pull the week. I think so.
So it was about a month
You
ago?
think so, you don't know.
I'm not sure.
Yeah,
Not
it's
sure.
about a month, 3 weeks, a month.
Yeah.
Okay. It doesn't have to be,
Yeah, we don't,
Then, said,
we don't think he come back, so we don't know, we don't need to remember.
when he came the first time, did he just talk to you like normal, just normal?
Normal, I say, okay.
well, there are other men around.
He lived in the lake and I say, oh, okay, nice to meet you, that's it. I'm married.
He lives on lake, are you
Yeah, he
sure?
said, live in lake, he said, live in lake.
He says he lives on Lake.
I'm not lake. He said, live
Well,
in the
tell
lake.
him where you live. Don't expose yourself to a neighbor.
And did he say anything about where other than saying he lived on Lake?
That's it,
It was
I don't
just-
talk to him, but I don't
okay.
know him.
And then so he left the last time. And then so today,
He come back.
about what time was that at?
About 3:30.
Well,
3:30?
3:30, 4 o'clock, like that.
No,
sun-
3:30.
Yeah, I say
Yeah.
sunshine and then go inside.
3 to
Like,
3:30.
yeah.
And then he showed up and he put his bike over
Bike
there.
there.
And then he was talking about your flowers. He was complimenting your flowers.
Yeah, he put the Bible there, and then he comes and say, hey, and then they, oh, neighbor, say hey. And then, oh, you do lot flower. I say, okay, do lot flower. Here, I need to take care. And then, you sold me lot of flower. Oh.
Next time you don't let people come in the yard.
Oh, no. He don't want to see the flower.
Yeah.
He don't want to see the flower.
And then so you were over by there.
I only done, and then I just, why? Can I come here? And then he think, oh. And then I run. I say, oh, my husband.
Did he say anything to you when he pulled his pants down?
He don't say anything.
He didn't. Was he laughing or was
No,
he?
he don't laugh, he don't say anything.
Oh. And then you were saying your husband was inside.
I said, my husband,
And then did he just take off running or did he walk away?
And then he pulled my pen and then he don't want to run away. He still lift the bicycle and he want to put up the bicycle. He put up bicycle then. I run.
What do you mean put up the
Mean
bicycle?
like people usually just take the bicycle and run, you know,
And what does he
then
do?
they take the bicycle and see like go. From you just go right and then you put down again. I'm
Did
very
he-
afraid.
Did he expose himself again,
But
or?
then no. I know the fit. Mấy upset. Mấy upset là đủ rồi. Mấy upset. And then he run away.
Okay. Which way did he go?
Ooh.
He went that way? If we showed you a picture, would you be able to identify him? If we
If they have a picture in the book,
if we showed you a,
can you tell which man it is?
would you be able to identify him again?
I don't remember him.
But if you see the picture,
I
can
see
you
picture,
remember?
I can't remember because I immediately I forget.
So she doesn't. So you wouldn't be able to
No,
identify
I
him?
can.
Can you look?
I can.
Will you look?
I can remember him.
But if he show you the book, will you look?
I don't think so.
You don't think you
Yeah, I don't
remember?
think I remember him because I'm very afraid. If you talk normal to me like that, you normal, I remember you. You saw picture, I remember you.
Okay.
I don't know you. I don't.
Why you don't remember the black man?
I can't remember him. Because you do like that, I'm very afraid. You don't look. If you don't look, because I don't. Why I need to talk to him and I look him? I don't know him. I don't want it. I married already. Why? I don't care. Just they go say hello, hi, that's it.
You still need her license?
Oh no. So I'm gonna write a report. I'm gonna give you guys a case number. So if you guys want to follow up on it, just call
I'm
the
gonna keep my eyes open.
non-emergency line, and then you can reference that case number, and they can give you.
Did you put your non-emergency line on your card?
I can put.
I don't
I'll
know.
get the number. I don't know what the number is to the station here, but I'll ask our dispatch so they can maybe give it to me. So because I work, the number I have is my desk phone in Vista. So, but there will be a detective that will be assigned this case. There'll be a detective from Encinitas assigned to it, and then he'll do a follow up with you guys. Okay? If you see this, you don't have cameras.
No camera.
No cameras.
I wish we had.
No camera. Unfortunately, we don't have camera. Yeah. Unfortunately.
So if you see this person again, call us right away, okay?
You
Because
understand?
don't talk to this person,
No.
Lynn, if you see him again, you call immediately.
okay?
Because they will hurt the people.
If you see him, call
I
911,
call.
okay?
You call.
Okay? Any questions?
No. I don't talk to these people. I don't know these people.
Hi.
All right, can we turn the lights up? And I'll ask you to pass the transcripts over to your right, and we will collect them. All right, the transcripts have been collected. All right, Mr. Owen, next question.
Questions again? I'm so tired.
Do you want to take a break and come back, or do you want to continue with the questioning now?
Yes, please continue.
All right, next question, Mr. Owens.
Thank you, Your Honor. Is that what you told the deputy the day that this happened?
Có phải cái ngày đó là cái ngày mà chị kể cho ông cảnh sát
Tôi
xảy
xảy
ra
ra như
không?
không?
Yes.
Does that refresh your memory about what you said to him and what he said to you?
Khi mà chị xem cái đó rồi, cái trí nhớ chị có nhớ lại những cái điều mà chị đã nói với ông ta cái gì và ông ta đã nói cái gì với chị hay không? Sau khi chị xem cái video này.
Tôi nhìn cái video này tôi cũng nhớ lại là tôi nói thôi chứ tôi không có
Yes,
Muốn lặp lại nữa.
yes,
Muốn
I
lặp lại
watched the
nữa.
video and then I remember what I said, but I don't want to repeat.
Let me ask you this. Did he ask you to see more flowers?
Bây giờ tôi hỏi cô nè, có phải là ông ta hỏi cô là ông ta muốn xem thêm hoa hay không?
Ông hỏi tôi còn bông không, chỉ ông đúng rồi.
Yes, he asked me if there are any more flowers, so I can show him.
Did he follow you further into your yard?
Có phải ông ta đi theo thêm nữa sâu vô trong cái sân của chị hay không? Đi sau chị đi theo vô sân hay không?
Một chút là chị, tại vì cái chậu bông của tôi nó cũng gần lắm chị.
Just a little bit,
Chút xíu à.
because my vase, my flower vase is very close to that. Just a little bit.
Did you run further into your yard?
Có phải chị đi sâu vô trong cái sân của chị hay không?
Tại sao phải đi sâu vô? Cái gì mà vô sâu trong
Why did you say like I run, go inside the yard?
Did you run?
Chị có chạy không? Chị có chạy không?
cái lúc mà nó cởi quần ra hả?
You
Không phải
mean
cái lúc mà tôi đã kể khi nãy rồi. Câu hỏi này là
I already told you. Is that the same question?
Yes. One moment, Your Honor, may I approach?
Yes.
cái câu hỏi mà nó hỏi tôi là tôi cởi quần ra là tôi đã nói rồi.
The same question when you asked me when he took off his pants, and then I already gave you the answer.
All right, we're going to wait for him to ask another question.
So, Ms. Doe, I'm going to show you some photographs now, okay?
Tôi sẽ cho cô xem một vài bức hình.
Ok.
What's been marked for identification is Courts Exhibits 77 through 84. It's a series of photographs.
Đây là một số hình từ số 77 cho tới số
Showing you Courts
84.
Exhibit 77 first.
Bây giờ mình nhìn cái bức hình số 77 trước.
Do you know what that is?
Cái
Chị-
nhà
cái
tôi
đó-
trước nhà tôi.
This is in front of my house.
Is that your driveway?
Đây rồi.
Có phải là cái yes, that is the driveway.
Is that the view from the street?
Có phải là cái bức hình này là cái chị nhìn từ ở ngoài đường đi vô hay không? Yes,
Phải.
yes, that is correct.
Showing you Courts Exhibit 78.
Rồi bây giờ qua bức hình số
What is this?
78. Cái hình này là hình gì?
Cái hình này là cũng ở trước nhà tôi đó.
The same in front of my house.
Trước nhà tôi đó.
Do you see your trash cans?
Chị có thấy cái thùng rác hay không?
Thấy.
Yes.
That area near the trash cans, is that where the man put his bicycle?
Có phải cái khu vực gần cái thùng rác đây á, là cái nơi mà người đàn ông đó để chiếc xe đạp ông ta hay không?
Đúng.
Yes, that is correct.
Courts Exhibit 79, the next photograph.
Qua cái bức hình số 79.
Is that the view from the top of your driveway to your front door area?
Có phải là cái khúc này là chị đứng từ cái driveway, tức là từ cái đường mà xe vô đó, nhìn vô cái
Đúng
phía trước
rồi.
nhà chị phải không? Yes, that is correct.
Courts Exhibit 80, the next photograph.
Bức hình số 80.
Is that the front walkway area that leads up to your front door?
Có phải là đây là cái lối đi mà đi tới cái cửa trước nhà của
Đúng
chị
rồi.
hay không?
Đúng rồi.
Yes, that is correct.
Do you see your flowers?
Chị có thấy những cái bông hoa của chị hay không?
Thấy là
Yes.
Now, may I approach, Your Honor?
Yes.
Does the court have a Sharpie?
Yes, right here.
Sure. Using this black Sharpie pen, can you
Chị dùng cái viết này.
place a circle on the photograph
Chị đánh tròn ở
where
trên
you
cái hình.
were when he walked up behind you?
Chị chỉ cho chúng tôi biết chị ngồi ở đâu khi ông ta đi tới từ phía đằng sau chị. Chị có thể khoanh tròn cái chỗ chị ngồi.
tôi ngồi đây nè chị. Tôi ngồi
Chị
đây.
khoanh tròn.
Tôi ngồi.
Put a large circle in the area where you were.
All right, the witnesses now make a black circle in
Tôi
that
để
area.
đúng rồi, tôi đang cắt ngồi đây. Xin lỗi nha, tôi không
I'm
có chính.
sorry.
Tự nhiên là tôi nhớ là tôi ngồi ở đây thôi chứ không có chính xác
I
lắm nha.
remember I was sitting
Tại
here,
vì tôi-
but cannot be
Tôi không có
exact
khe cái vụ này nha.
because
tôi không có biết cái vụ
I don't care.
Ví dụ này.
I don't know.
Thì tôi ngồi ở đây nè, thì nó đến
I was sitting here.
So you put a
Thì chị
black
nhìn, chị nhìn đây.
circle right here,
Chị nhìn đó.
Đúng rồi.
in the slightly to the right of the center of
Chị
the
ngồi ngay chỗ đó,
photograph.
đúng
Is
không?
that right?
Yes.
Is that where your back was turned?
Có phải cái chỗ đó là cái lưng của chị quay ra hay không?
Cái lưng của tôi á, cái
Yes.
lưng của tôi quay ra.
Yes, my back was turned.
Now, looking at this photograph on the TV,
Chị nhìn vô bức
were
hình
you
này.
cutting the flowers here in the flower bed, or were you cutting the flowers here around the statue, if you remember?
Chị có thể nói là chị cắt cái hoa xung quanh cái bức tượng hay là cắt cái hoa ở phía chỗ kia, chỗ cái bồn
Nói
hoa.
chung là tôi cầm cái kéo tôi cắt cái bông á, tôi không có nhớ lắm.
In general, I was using the scissor to cut the flowers, but I don't remember
Okay.
exactly.
Showing you the next photograph,
Bức hình kế tiếp,
number 81.
số 81.
Is this the same space where you were standing when the deputy was taking his initial report in that video?
Có phải cùng cái chỗ mà chị ngồi khi mà viện cảnh sát tới để mà viết cái biên bản cho chị hay
Chỗ này
không?
không ngồi đây nè.
Yes, this is the place where he was sitting.
Is that the table where he was
And
seated?
just to be clear, she was pointing, I know you couldn't see it, but she was pointing to the yellow chair in the foreground of exhibit number 81. All right, go
Câu hỏi
ahead.
là chị đang chỉ vô cái ghế chỗ ông này ngồi.
Using exhibit 81,
Bây giờ bức hình số 81.
can you put a black circle
Chị nào?
around where you were when the man exposed himself to you?
Bây giờ chị vẽ cái vòng tròn cái chỗ mà chị đứng khi mà cái người đàn ông đó cởi cái quần ra. Thì chị có thể chỉ cho biết cái chỗ chị đứng ở đâu trong cái chỗ này. Chị khoanh tròn.
Cái này thì tôi phải giải, cái này nó phải giải thích nha, tại vì tôi không có nhớ là bao nhiêu thước xa. Có nghĩa là tôi chỉ nhớ là tôi đi đến cái cây cam thôi. Ở đây là mấy cái chỗ này là cái cây cam của tôi nè. Và nó khoảng tới đây thôi nè, khoảng tới đây thôi nha, khoảng tới đây thôi. Tôi không có chính xác lắm nha, tại vì tôi làm sao tôi...
Just a moment, let's have the interpreter interpret that, go.
I need to clarify with you. I cannot remember the distance, like how far, but I can circle to you where I was standing at the orange tree.
Có nghĩa là tôi chỉ đi đến đó thôi nha, tôi nhớ là tôi đi
I
đến đó
just
thôi.
remember I was walking there, toward there.
Tại vì cái chuyện này là tôi không có cần biết.
This one, I don't care. I don't want to know.
Can you just circle the
Tôi không
place
cần
where
biết
you
nó
were?
nha, tôi không cần biết cái thằng đó, tôi không cần biết nó.
I don't care about him. Chị làm ơn vẽ cái vòng tròn chỗ chị đứng.
Đó.
Oh.
Tôi đến đây thôi nè, tôi khoảng đến đây thôi.
Yes,
Tôi
around here.
đi khoảng tôi đi khoảng
I
đến đây
was
nè,
walking
đến đây nè.
around here.
Thì nó
All right, she's made a small black circle about dead center in court exhibit number 81.
Thank you, Your Honor. And that's indicating in this location here.
Coi như là chỗ đó.
Is
khoảng đó.
that right?
Yes.
Khoảng
Yes.
đó.
Showing you court's exhibit 82, is that a close-up view of where you were?
Bây giờ cái hình số 82, cái hình này là gần hơn. Có phải là cái chỗ mà chị đứng hay không? Cái chỗ này gần hơn.
Cái chỗ này là đúng rồi. Tôi khi mà nó đi theo ngoài sau đuôi tôi á thì tôi
Yes,
tôi
this place when he was following me.
đi cái này nè, cũng khoảng đó đó.
Yeah, I was right here.
Không nhớ.
All right,
Around
again,
this place.
she made a circle of right about in the middle of the photograph, which is court exhibit number 82,
Thank you.
right where the garden hose goes across the path.
Tức là
Thank
chị
you, Your
sẽ
Honor.
còn ngay chỗ
You
cái
said
ông.
that's where he was following you?
Có phải là chị nói là ông ta đi sau lưng chị phải
Đúng
không?
rồi.
Yes, that is correct.
Showing you court's exhibit 83,
Bây giờ qua bức hình
does
số.
that show the more interior portion of your
Cái
front
này
yard?
nhìn vào phía bên trong nữa, bên trong cái sân của chị. Để cho người ta muốn làm cho mọi người nhìn cái hình.
Tôi chỉ nhớ khoảng đi đến tay thôi chị rồi, cái này tôi cũng biết chị rồi. Cái này
I just only remember where I was standing, like
tới đó thôi.
close to the hose.
Is that the interior portion of your front yard?
Đây có phải
Yes or
là
no?
phía bên trong nữa của cái
Đúng
sân
rồi,
vườn nhà
bên
chị
sân.
không? Yes, that is correct.
Không nhiều.
And you were standing by the hose, right?
Chị đang đứng gần cái ống nước, có đúng hay không?
Lúc đó tôi đâu có biết tôi đứng ở đâu.
At that moment, I
Nó
didn't
nhìn
know
xuống
where
á.
I was standing. I didn't look
Tôi sợ
down.
thấy cái mồ luôn.
I was so scared.
Here's the last picture I'm going to show you, Ms. Jane Doe, number 3.
Đây, bức hình
This
cuối
is
cùng,
Court's Exhibit 84.
bức hình số 84.
Is this the view from where you were standing back towards the entryway with the flowers and the table?
Có phải bức hình này cho chị thấy là cái khúc mà chị đứng ở đây nè, chị nhìn ra, chị đứng ở hướng này, chị nhìn ra có cái vườn hoa với cái bàn đúng không? Yes,
And if you could take that black marker
chị có thể dùng cây
and
viết,
you can put a triangle
chị vẽ một cái hình tam giác.
where the man who exposed himself, where he was when you saw him holding his penis.
Khi chị vẽ hình tam giác, cái chỗ mà người đàn ông đó đứng cởi cái quần ra và cho thấy cái dương vật của ông ta, chị
Cái
vẽ
này
cái
tôi,
hình tam giác.
cái này tôi không có nhớ, tôi chỉ nhớ là tôi đi đến đó thôi. Tôi chỉ nhớ là tôi đi đến đó, tôi quay lại.
I
Chứ tôi
don't
không có biết nó đứng
remember.
ở đâu.
I only remember I came to
Tôi
that
thích kệ
point
nó.
and then I turned back, but I cannot remember where he was standing. I just like ignore him. I didn't care about him.
Okay. So if you don't remember where he was standing, was he at least in this photograph?
Nhưng mà ít
Is
nhất
that
á,
how you saw him?
ok, ít nhất là chị không nhớ được ông ta đứng ở đâu trong bức hình này hay sao? Chị có nhớ được không?
Tại vì chỗ này nè là cái chỗ này nè, tôi nó đi vô nè, chị thấy không? Chị thấy
Because
không?
this
Đi
is
vô
the
nè.
entrance go to my
Cái
house,
nó đi tiếp nữa nè, đi tiếp vô nữa nè, đi tiếp vô nữa nè.
and then he was
Nè,
following.
tiếp vô nữa nè.
down
Tiếp vô
here.
nè, tiếp vô nè. Nó đứng
Continue
hình như là
down
ví
here.
dụ như nó đứng ở đây.
It seems to me he was standing right here.
All right.
Okay, so indicating on Court's Exhibit 82, at the bottom portion below the
Tức
area
là
where
chị
you
nói
had
là
placed
khúc
the
này, cái bức
circle.
hình ngay chỗ này,
Can
chị
you
vẽ cái
please
hình
just
tam
write
giác.
Can you please write a triangle?
Chị làm
where you
ơn chị
just
vẽ dùng cái hình
indicated?
tam giác ngay cái chỗ này đi.
Quay lại thì tôi thấy
Yeah. Chị làm ơn vẽ cái.
I'll ask the interpreter to interpret what she just said.
Yeah, she kept talking like I turned out, I turned back, I turned back. I
Okay.
was looking at him.
All right, she did put a triangle on the bottom of court exhibit number 82.
Showing Court's Exhibit 82, place a triangle
Có phải là chị
here.
vẽ cái bức hình tam
above
giác
you,
là cái chỗ
place
đó
a circle
ông ta
here.
đang
Is that
đứng,
correct?
có đúng hay không?
đứng đó.
This would be where you place a triangle,
Yes, around that area.
and this would be where you place a
Cái
circle.
chỗ đó là chỗ chị đứng phải không?
Rồi.
Yes, that is
All right,
correct.
and referring once again to court exhibit number 82.
Thank you. And if you can pass me the exhibits.
And how much longer do you have with this witness?
Now would be a good time now.
All right, we'll go ahead and take our mid-morning recess. We're going to be in recess for 15 minutes. Please remember the admonition, don't discuss the case with anybody. We'll All right, ready? Let's go back on the record. The record will reflect the presence of all jurors, all counsel and defendant are present. The witness and the interpreter are making their way in. All right, welcome back, ma'am.
Xin chào cô, chúc mừng cô quay trở lại.
The attorneys have a few more questions for you. So, Mr. Owens, would you like to continue your direct examination?
Luật sư sẽ hỏi
Go ahead.
vài câu nữa.
Ms. Doe number 3, we're just about done. The only thing I want to ask you is, during the first statement, the one that we just watched, did you tell the sheriff's deputy that you could not identify the person?
Bây giờ chúng ta cũng sắp xong rồi. Bây giờ tôi có một điều tôi muốn hỏi chị á, là vào cái lúc mà chị nói chuyện với cái người cảnh sát khi mà họ tới nhà chị đó, chị có phải chị nói là chị không có nhớ cái người đàn ông tới nhà chị hay không?
Đúng, tôi có nhớ.
Yes, that is correct. I cannot remember. I don't remember him.
Did a detective from the sheriff's department, an older gentleman with a mustache by the name of John Johnson, did he come and meet with you and your husband on June 7th of last year, 2018?
Có một người thám tử, cái người đó người hơi lớn tuổi tên là John Johnson, có đến gặp chị với chồng chị vào ngày 7 tây tháng 6 năm ngoái.
Đúng rồi.
Yes, that is correct.
Did he show you 6 photographs and ask if you would look at it?
Ông ta có cho chị xem 6 bức hình và biểu chị nhìn vô trong đó, đúng không?
Đúng.
Yes.
Did you tell him that you would not look at it?
Chị có nói với ông ta là chị không muốn nhìn cái hình đó hay sao? Chị có nói như vậy không?
Tôi không nhớ.
I cannot recall. I don't remember.
Did he open a closed folder and ask you to look at it, but you stood away from it?
Có phải ông ta mở cái folder hình ra nhưng mà chị quay chỗ khác, chị không muốn nhìn, có phải không?
Không nhớ. Quên luôn rồi, không nhớ.
I don't remember. I forgot.
That's okay. I know it's hard to think back to last June.
Không nhớ.
Tôi biết khó cho chị để chị nhớ lại từ tháng 6 năm ngoái. Yes, it has been a long time.
When he tried to show you the photographs, did you tell him that you could not identify the person?
Khi ông ta cố gắng cho chị xem mấy cái bức hình, có phải là chị nói với ông ta là chị không có nhớ cái người nào, phải không? Chị không biết người nào, chị không thể nào biết.
Đúng.
Yes, that is correct.
Thank you. Nothing further, Your Honor.
All right, Cross.
Thank you, Your Honor. Jane Doe 3, I'll be brief.
Bà trên đô số 3, tôi sẽ cố gắng làm ngắn gọn cho bà.
I'm going to ask you a couple of questions,
Tôi sẽ hỏi bà một số câu hỏi
and you can just answer yes or no.
và chị có trả lời có hay không thôi.
Okay?
Có được hay không?
Được.
Yes, that's okay.
You saw this individual twice, is that right?
Chị đã thấy cái người đàn ông này 2 lần, có đúng không?
Đúng.
Yes, that is correct.
And you saw his body, his stature, is that right?
Và chị thấy cái dáng người của ông ta, đúng hay không? Chị thấy.
Đúng.
Yes.
And you told the officer that came to talk to you that the man was a few inches taller than you, right?
Và chị nói với cái người cảnh sát mà tới nhà đó là cái ông này đó là cao hơn chị khoảng một vài inch, có đúng hay không?
Đúng, tại vì tôi đứng vậy nè, tôi không có nhìn nó, tôi đứng vậy nè, tôi đứng đây nè, tôi không
Yes.
nhìn nó, tôi không có nhìn nó.
Because
Với lại lúc
I
mà nó
was-
vừa vô á, nó
I
chào
was
tôi
standing
cái,
there, I did not
chào
look
nó
at
cái,
him.
tôi nhìn, tôi thấy nó cao thôi, chứ tôi không có nhìn vô mặt nó.
And then I didn't look at his face, but when he said hi to me, I looked up and I know he's taller than me, but I didn't look at his face.
You told us that he was a few inches taller than you, correct?
Có phải là
Objection. This states the evidence as to the testimony.
câu phản đối câu hỏi?
Overruled. You can answer. Go ahead.
Có phải là bà nói là ông ta cao hơn bà khoảng một vài inches, một vài phân anh, có đúng hay không?
tôi tôi chỉ thấy nó cao thôi chứ không biết nó cao bao nhiêu rồi nha.
I only knew that he is taller than me, but I don't know how taller, how many inches he is taller than me.
Do you remember coming to court back in July and testifying?
Chị có nhớ là chị có ra tòa vào tháng 7 và chị có ra khai, có đúng không? Yes.
And at that hearing, sounding in court and counsel to page 59, lines 28,
Thank you.
Mở
page
trang
60,
số 79
line 3.
là hàng số 3.
The question was,
Câu hỏi là
did the man appear to be taller than you?
có phải người đàn ông đó trông có vẻ cao hơn cô hay không?
And you answered yes,
Và câu trả lời của chị là có.
taller than me.
Ông ta cao hơn tôi.
Question,
Câu hỏi
by an inch or two?
khoảng 1 inch hay là
And your
2?
answer was a little bit, yes.
Và câu trả lời của chị là một chút. Yes, là có.
That's what you said back at the first court that you
Cái
went
đó
to.
là cái ngày mà chị ra tòa lần đầu tiên vào tháng 7.
Lúc đó tôi cũng không nhớ, chị nhớ là cao chứ thôi.
I don't remember, but the only thing I remember is that he's taller.
So you don't remember saying that at the first court?
Như vậy chị không nhớ là chị có trả lời như vậy ở trong tòa. Chị có nhớ là chị trả lời trong tòa hay không?
Không nhớ.
I cannot recall.
Okay. You said that you saw his build, like how big he was.
Chị có nói là chị có thấy cái dáng người của ổng và ông ta lớn như thế nào, có đúng không?
Đúng, tôi thấy từ dưới.
Yes, I saw from the bottom up.
He was not fat, was he?
Ông ta không có mập, đúng không?
Mập.
No,
Cũng
he,
như hồi nãy tôi nói.
he is not fat like I was talking to you previously.
He was not fat or thin. He was just normal, like the guys that ride bicycles, right?
Ông ta không có mập mà không có ốm, ông ta là người bình thường giống như những người đi xe đạp, có đúng hay không? Yes, like the cyclists.
And that's pretty much what you remember about this man, correct?
Như vậy cái đó là những cái điều mà chỉ có nhiêu đó là chị nhớ về ông ta là như vậy thôi, có đúng không? Yes, yes, I don't know anything else.
Thank you, Ms. Joe. That's it.
All right, any redirect?
Yes, just very briefly. Was he muscular?
Ông ta có bắp thịt không?
Nó thì mấy người chạy xe đạp tất nhiên là có một chút thịt, bắp thịt rồi.
Yeah, like the cyclists, you know, they have a muscles.
All right, and she's indicating the bicep of the interpreter.
Tức là chị đang chỉ cái tay của em
Bicep of her arm.
là có bắp thịt. Yes.
Did he look like he worked out?
Chị nhìn ông ta giống như người ông
Exercise.
ta là cái người đi tập thể dục không? Chị nhìn cái người của ông ta giống như là cái người đi tập thể dục hay không?
Cái này tôi không biết lắm, mà tôi thấy nó giống như là mấy cái người mà nói chung tôi nói tóm tắt lại là tôi thấy giống như mấy cái người mà họ chạy xe đạp, chạy xe đua, cái người họ nó chắc cái thịt nó chắc thôi. Tôi không biết.
I don't know much about that, but the only thing I can tell you là in general his body is like fit like the cyclists, the professional cyclists, they do drive a lot of bicycles, a lot.
Did he look like a professional athlete?
Chị nhìn ông ta giống như một cái nhà thể thao chuyên nghiệp hay không?
Cái này tôi không biết. Tôi không biết, cái này tôi không biết.
This I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how to answer.
Ms. Jane Doe number 3, when you were talking to the sheriff's deputy that was taking that statement, when he asked you if he was thin or if he was fat or if he was normal, did you point to the sheriff's deputy when you were describing what he was like?
Chị có nhớ cái ngày mà cái viên cảnh sát tới nhà để lấy cái bản báo cáo đó, lấy cái biên bản đó, thì ông ta hỏi chị á, là cái người đó ốm hay là mập hay là bình thường, và chị chỉ vô cái người của viên cảnh sát, có đúng hay không?
Đúng.
Yes, that is correct.
Đúng, là tôi nói cái người đó là nó không có mập như cái ông cảnh sát đó, ông cảnh sát nó mập lắm.
I told that person is not as fat as the deputy because the deputy is very fat.
Did you use that as an example?
Có phải chị nói cái đó giống như là một cái thí dụ đúng như vậy hay không? Yes.
Did you describe this person in your testimony on direct examination as muscular?
Có phải là vào cái bữa mà chị khai đó là chị nói với ông ta là cái người ông này có bắp thịt đúng hay không?
Thì giống như hồi nãy ông hỏi tôi câu hỏi này nhưng mà mình
Yes.
có chút xíu.
The same question like you asked me and I told you it's like muscles people. They have muscular body.
Thank you. Nothing further, Your Honor.
All right, and he recross.
The sheriff deputy that you spoke with at your home, he had big muscles, right?
Cái người cảnh sát mà tới
Just a moment.
nói tiếng Việt.
Now, ma'am, I know you appear to understand English based on what I saw in the video,
Theo tôi biết là chị biết
but
tiếng
you have
Mỹ.
to wait for the interpreter to fully interpret the question before you answer it, okay?
Chị phải chờ cho em dịch xong chị mới trả lời được.
All right, so we'll go ahead and have the interpreter repeat the
Chị nói
question,
lại
which
thêm
was, all right, the sheriff's deputy that spoke with you at your home, he had big muscles, right?
Cái người cảnh sát mà nói chuyện với chị tại nhà chị có phải là ông ta có bắp thịt rất là lớn hay không?
Cái ông đó ông mặc cái đồ cảnh sát, tôi không có thấy mà tôi thấy ổng cao lớn, ổng không có ốm.
He because that person was wearing a police uniform and I know he's like big macho body, big.
Tôi thấy bự bự.
I saw him like big, fat.
And the person that exposed himself was smaller than the person, the officer.
Và cái người mà tới nhà chị mà cởi cái quần đó đó là cái người đó có phải là nhỏ hơn là cái ông cảnh sát mà tới nhà hay không?
Nhỏ hơn.
Yes,
That's
smaller.
All right, and he redirect.
No, thank you.
Okay, can this witness be excused?
She may.
Ms. Watkins?
Yes, Your Honor.
Can she be excused? All right, ma'am, thank you very much
Dạ,
for your
cảm ơn
testimony.
chị.
You are finished.
Dạ, chúng
I
ta
have a
xong.
nice day.
Dạ,
Thank you
xong
very
rồi
much.
chị. Dạ,
Bye bye, thank you.
dạ, chị có thể chị về được. Dạ.
Thank you. All right, next witness.
Thank you, Your Honor. People now call Deputy Kyle Klein.
You do solemnly state that the testimony you are about to give in the matter now pending before this court shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, it is.
If you would, please have a seat at the witness stand. And if you would, please state your name and spell your first and last name for the record.
Kyle Klein, K-Y-L-E-K-L-E-I-N.
Thank you.
Good morning, Deputy Klein.
Good morning, sir.
Thank you for being here. Direct examination, Mr. Owens.
Thank you, Your Honor. If I can just have one moment.
All right.
Good morning, Deputy Klein.
Good morning, sir.
Can you tell us what you do for a living?
I'm a deputy sheriff with the San Diego Sheriff's Department.
What's your current assignment?
I'm currently assigned as a traffic investigator in the city of Vista.
Now, I want to ask you some questions about a report that you took on May 24th of 2018. Do you recall the incident that I'm referring to?
Yes, sir.
On that day, were you working within the city of Encinitas?
Yes, sir.
Is that something that you would routinely do as a patrol officer or as a patrol deputy from one substation, you may work in another?
Yes, sir.
Were you working overtime that day?
Yes, sir.
Did you have your body-worn camera with you?
Yes, sir.
Did you respond, without giving the address, did you respond to a residence on Lake Drive in the Cardiff area of Encinitas?
Yes, sir.
And is that very close proximity to Birmingham?
Yes, sir.
When you responded to that location, did you receive a crime report from a woman that we're referring to as Jane Doe 3?
Yes, sir.
Did you also speak to her husband?
Yes, sir.
And during the course of that crime report, was your body-worn camera activated recording the conversation?
Yes, sir.
And referring to what's been marked as Court's Exhibit 85, it's a still frame at this point in time. Looking at that still shot, does that reflect the body-worn camera video recording?
Yes, sir.
Looking at the date stamp that's actually placed upon the Axon body-worn camera that you were wearing that day, does that reflect a different day than the day you took the report?
No, sir.
Does that show, in fact, 5/25/2018?
If I could refer to my report for that.
Please do.
Oh, yes, the report was taken on 5/24.
And in fact, you were dispatched pursuant to a 911 call on May 24th of that year, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
So is the date stamp, at least as it relates to that body-worn camera print, just incorrect by one day?
Yes, sir, it's incorrect.
Now, when you spoke to this woman, did she give you a general description of the person who had exposed his penis to her?
Yes, sir.
Do you recall the physical description that she gave?
Yes, sir.
When you were asking her specifically about the height of the suspect, did you tell her that it didn't need to be exact?
Yes, sir.
Did she hold her hand over her head when she was describing how tall he was?
Yes, sir.
Did she point at you when she was describing how tall she was?
Yes, sir.
How tall he was?
Yes, sir.
And did she say he was a little bit shorter than you?
Yes, sir.
How tall are you?
About 6'3", 6'4", probably with boots on.
And I'm sorry to ask, but how much do you weigh?
Probably 250 pounds.
Do you work out?
Yes, sir.
Do you work out frequently?
Yes, sir.
How much do you bench? If I can ask.
Around the 300-pound range.
After you had taken this crime report, did you document the information that was given to you by this woman shortly after?
Yes, sir.
Did you draft a report containing that information?
Yes, sir.
When you were speaking to her about the height of the suspect, was her husband, in fact, the man who actually used the estimate of 5'8" or 5'9"?
Yes, sir.
Did she ever say 5'8" or 5'9", if you recall?
I believe when he had said 5'8", 5'9", she kind of agreed with him.
And did you document that in your report?
Yes, sir.
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Ross?
Deputy Clyde, you document in your report the description of the individual, right?
Yes, sir.
And you said that it was an adult male, 5 feet 8 inches tall, short hair and medium build, right?
Yes, sir.
Because that's what she told you, right?
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, anything further?
No.
Can this witness be excused?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes?
Yes.
All right, Deputy Klein, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Have a nice day.
You too.
Take care. Next witness.
Thank you, Your Honor. People now call Ann Williams.
You do solemnly state that the testimony you are about to give in the matter now pending before this court shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? If you would, please have a seat at the witness stand. And if you would, please state your name and spell your first and last name for the record.
My name is Ann Williams, ANNWILLIAMS.
Thank you.
All right, good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
All right, direct examination.
Just one bit of technical difficulty. Ms. Williams, can you please tell the jury what you do for a living?
I'm a registered nurse and I'm also a forensic nurse examiner.
Can you tell the jury what a forensic nurse examiner is?
A forensic nurse examiner is a registered nurse who has undertaken extra training on top of her registered nursing training in the area of forensic nursing.
What is forensic nursing?
Forensic nursing is when you apply medical knowledge in order to obtain an exam for somebody who has been assaulted.
Now, what sort of training and experience do you have working with women who have been sexually assaulted, or even men?
I've had a lot of training through my, previously before I started forensic nursing, I was an emergency room nurse and an ICU nurse, so I dealt with a lot of patients that have been in crisis and has been assaulted. For the last 8 years I've been a forensic nurse that have taken care of patients that have been sexually assaulted.
And what sort of educational background do you have in order to be a registered nurse, and specifically what education did you receive in order to become a forensic nurse?
I actually trained back in England many years ago. I've been a nurse a qualified nurse for 38 years and I still love it. I came over here and did my foreign nurse exam and my state boards. I've held a nursing license in 7 different states. And then 8 years ago, I started undertaking some education for forensic nursing. That involves a 40-hour basic course for forensic nursing. Once you are proficient at the exams, then you do an advanced course for an 8-hour course. I've also done a 40-hour medical evidentiary examiner for pediatrics, followed by another advanced course for 8 hours on that. We also do a 40-hour strangulation training, prevention training for 40 hours, and also a Campbell danger assessment, which is how to assess a patient who may be in a dangerous situation. We also do a lot of continuing education for forensic photography, forensic exam techniques.
In a typical day, as a SANE or a sexual assault nurse examiner, what would be your duties?
We are on an on-call basis, and then when we respond to a call, usually from a police or law enforcement, that somebody has been sexually assaulted, we coordinate with that police officer that they bring the patient into one of our 3 facilities that we have. We have one in Fig Street in Escondido, one in Poway, and one down at the Family Justice Center in downtown. Occasionally we will go out if the patient is in, say, an intensive care unit and cannot come to our facility. And then once we have coordinated, the law enforcement will bring that patient to our facility. I will have found out through the police where that person lives so that I can call for a patient advocate who is not the law, they're not medical, they are there for the resources of that person.
Now, in terms of what a SANE does, once you've made initial contact with a reported sexual assault victim, do you have a certain approach or methodology to what you do each time?
I do, as most of my colleagues do too. First and foremost, I am a nurse, so I take care of this patient who is in front of me. And apart from doing a medical assessment of any medical injuries that they may have, we do a danger assessment to make sure that they are safe and somewhere to go to. Then I also incorporate forensic techniques, which is an unbiased, non-judgmental technique of collecting evidence.
Now, when you're attempting to collect evidence, are you referring to actual physical evidence on the body?
It can involve can contain documentation of symptomology of how they have expressed how they feel. Also a history of what has happened, the reason we ask of questions about what happened when they were assaulted. This helps us look for any areas for medical injuries and also for evidence collection. On top of the narrative, we also collect physical swabs. Sometimes we collect clothing, debris, things like that.
Now, when you are referring to the history that's being provided, is that where you're actually asking the individual, your patient, as you refer to them, what happened to them that led them to come to the police and ultimately to you?
We ask a narrative of what happened, but we also, as part of our format, that we ask is specific questions about what happened during the assault also.
What types of questions are asked when you say that you have a format that you follow?
We have a state form that everybody who does a SART exam in the state of California will follow. This gives a standard of care so that we each do the exam and the questioning in the same manner.
Can you explain to the jury, in your general practice and your general methodology, the approach that you have, what is one of the first steps that you take, and what is one of the first steps that you follow when you meet the reported victim and when you explain to them what you're about to do?
First and foremost, I explain who I am. I introduce myself, tell them why I'm there, what I'm going to be doing, how long the procedure is going to be taking, and then I go through a consent, explaining that everything is totally voluntary on their part, that they have the right to withdraw their consent at any time, and I explain in detail a little bit about everything that we're going to be doing to help delay their fears here. And so I kind of talk to them and bond with them initially.
When you say that you try to talk to them and bond with them initially, do you try to establish a rapport with the patient?
Yes.
Is that often referred to as bedside manner?
Yes.
Now, when you're talking to a person who's reported to have been a victim of a sexual assault, as opposed to perhaps intimate partner violence or domestic abuse of a physical nature, do you have any training and experience with any training and experience in how to work with an individual such as that?
I've had quite a bit of experience, especially before I started forensic nursing, which is specifically domestic violence, sexual assaults or other kinds of assaults. I also dealt with a lot of patients who would come in through the emergency room in crisis mode. And
in terms of your experience in working with sexual assault victims, have you come to any conclusions about how victims of reported sexual assaults would act when you're interacting with them?
Everybody is very different.
What do you mean by that?
Everybody responds to a stressful situation very differently. It depends on their background. It depends on what has happened to them before. So no two people react the same way to a sexual assault.
Have you seen that over the course of your experience as a SANE?
Yes.
Have you also seen that over the course of your experience as a registered nurse?
Yes.
Approximately how many sexual assault exams have you personally completed?
Oh, probably about 150.
And would that extend over what time period?
Over the past 8 years.
And over the course of those 150 approximate exams, is that what has informed your conclusion that everyone responds differently?
Yes.
Have you seen situations where people shut down and are non-communicative?
Overruled, all out, it's foundational.
Can you ask the question again, please?
I can. Have you seen situations where reported sexual assault victims shut down completely and are non-communicative?
Certainly. Everybody responds differently to a traumatic experience.
Have you seen situations where people are angry and shouting about what had happened to them?
Yes.
Have you also seen situations where the reported sexual assault victims are tearful and crying at the time that they talk about what happened?
Yes.
Have you seen situations where people talk about what happened to them, but they are stone-faced and not showing any emotion?
Yes.
Is that what you mean when you say that everyone responds differently?
Correct.
Now, in terms of the rapport that you establish and the information that you're providing them, once you've established that rapport, what is it that you tell them about what you're there to do?
I always explain that I'm here to ask them questions about the assault. I'm going to be doing a physical exam after the assault to make sure to check for any medical injuries that they may have, and also to collect any evidence that I may be able to collect.
Can you explain to them what the evidence collection aspect of the exam actually means, what you'll physically be doing at that time, or does that come later?
I usually just do a brief overview because it depends on the history. Sometimes we do evidence collection per protocol, and then that we can also add on things depending on the history that she might have told me.
Do you explain to the sexual assault victim their right to consent to the exam and their right to decline the exam?
Yes.
Do you obtain an informed consent waiver each time that you complete a sexual assault examination?
Yes.
Now, I'm going to talk to you about what happened on back in May of 2018, specifically May 14th. Were you working in your capacity as a sexual assault nurse examiner?
Yes, I was.
Did you, in fact, come into contact that afternoon or early evening with a woman by the name that we're referring to as Jane Doe II?
I did.
If I may, Your Honor, to alert the court and any media present that I will be displaying an exhibit at this time.
All right, thank you. Go ahead.
Your Honor, just so the record is clear, that Ms. Williams has a document in front of her. I don't have any problem with her using that to refresh her recollection. I just want to have the record clear that she does have a document in front of her.
All right. The record will so reflect. She has a document with some notes written on it. All right. Are you showing this is going to be exhibit number 2?
Yes, Your Honor, just having the same difficulty I had a moment ago. 1 second.
Well, I think she could see the image at least.
Okay.
Did you see the image of court
I
exhibit
did.
number 2? All right, next. There it is.
There we are. Just have to reset it. Thank you very much, Your Honor. Showing you Court's Exhibit 2, do you recognize that person as Jane Doe II?
I do.
Did you meet her on May 14th of 2018?
I did.
When you met with her, did you prepare a report that you've already referred to as being the state standardized form for a sexual assault examination?
I did.
Is this also referred to as a SART exam?
It is.
What does SART stand for, and why is it referred to as a SART exam?
SART actually stands for a Sexual Assault Response Team, which actually refers to the team, including the law enforcement, patient advocate, a forensic nurse, detectives, maybe child protective services. But a lot of people refer to a rape kit or a SART exam, or a SANE exam as a SART. They're all interchangeable.
Are SANEs one members of the team on the sexual assault response team?
They are.
And they coordinate with law enforcement entities as well as private organizations that assist sexual assault victims, is that right?
Correct.
Now, when you met with Jane Doe number 2 that day, did you follow your standard methodology in conducting an exam?
I did.
Did you attempt to establish a rapport with her?
I did.
Can you describe for the jury what steps you took in order to do that?
Usually I met with Jane Doe. I introduced myself, who I am, what it is I'm going to be doing. I ask if she needs anything to eat or drink first. Sometimes patients come to me and they have been a prolonged length of time either getting to our facility or maybe have been in the emergency room. And I also ask a few quick questions first in case I need to take any evidence from the oral cavity before I actually give her anything to eat or drink. Maybe sometimes patients come in and they're still a little bit cold, they're a little bit shaken, so I can offer them a blanket. I introduce them to the patient advocate who is there for their resources and support. And so I talk to the patient a little bit first.
Did you talk to her about who she was?
Yes.
Did she give you her name, yes or no?
Yes,
Did she give you her age?
she did.
How old was she?
58, I believe.
And when you talked to her and were attempting to establish this rapport, can you describe her demeanor?
It was calm. It was cooperative. She made good eye contact.
When you talked to her about the history that you referred to or what happened, did that take place at the beginning or before the physical examination, or did that take place afterwards?
The history of the assault will take place before the exam.
And did you do that in that case, in this case, in order to attempt to determine what evidence you may try to collect over the course of that examination?
Correct.
And when you spoke to her about what happened, did she tell you about the events of the preceding night?
Initially, she did not, because I was asking her for some medical patient history, which we routinely go through. Her medical background, if she has any genital problems, predisposing genital problems, anal problems, if she's on a type of medication maybe that would interfere with the exam results.
As it related to any genital, anal problems, did she report any at that time?
She denied.
And when you say that she denied, does that mean that she stated she did not have any?
She said no.
Other than those possibly related to the sexual assault itself, is that right?
These are related to before the assault.
I understand. When you talked to her about what happened, did she tell you about the previous night of May 13th, 2018?
She did.
Did she explain to you that she had been with friends on that evening when she got into a vehicle with a man?
We have a witness here for this.
I'm sorry, what was?
Witness here. It's leading.
Okay, so the objection is leading?
Yes.
The objection is sustained.
And I'll ask it this way. Do you have a copy of your report before you?
I do, sir.
Is that the document that counsel was referring to as being in front of you?
It is. It's a copy of my report.
And that report, was that taken down at the time that you actually took the statement from Jane Doe number 2?
Yes.
And did you prepare that report based upon the specific statement given to you as you noted it contemporaneously?
Yes.
Were there portions of your report that you included within quotes attributing them to Jane Doe 2?
Yes.
As it relates to what she shared with you in that initial history portion of the sexual assault, what did she tell you she had been doing before the assault?
May I refer to my copy of the report?
Yes, if it would refresh your recollection, please do.
I want to give correct information.
And that's the purpose of the, I have no problem with this witness using the report.
Okay, that's fine.
Thank you very much.
Jane Doe number 2 had described being out with some friends. She had described that she had met the suspect who'd asked her to get coffee. And then she had some quotes here that, shall I read the quote?
Well, first let me ask you, in terms of the suspect, who did she say drove up to her when she was with her friends?
She said it was a gentleman called Kevin.
Did she say that Kevin asked her to get coffee?
Correct.
What did she say happened after Kevin asked her to get coffee?
She described her being driven around, and then she realized that he had driven her to a dark area that was not near any coffee shops.
What did she say happened, and is this a portion that's actually in quotes after that?
Yes.
What did she say happened?
Jane Doe number 2, and this is a quote, "I thought there was no coffee shops around here and it's late. I asked if we were going to Denny's, and he said, yeah. He turned around. I knew I was in trouble. It was by dirt on the side of road. He parked. He got out of his car. I locked my car door. He unlocked it and said something about having sex and me standing up saying, please don't do this 4 times.
Did she tell you a specific quote of what the man then said to her after she said, please don't do this?
He said, and this is a quote from Jane Doe number 2, it's a done deal, it's going to happen.
What did she say?
Next question?
Thank you very much, Your Honor. What did she say the man did after she said, please don't do this?
Jane Doe number 2 then proceeded to tell me that he had me take off my pants and put my legs up, and he did his thing.
When she used the phrase, he did his thing, did you attempt to clarify what she meant by that?
I clarified that meant his penis went in her vagina.
How do you clarify that sort of a phrase when you're conducting a sexual assault exam and documenting the history?
Pretty blunt, I ask exactly what does that mean, what part of his body went in what part of your body.
And did she specifically state to you that he then placed his penis inside her vagina?
Yes.
What did she say he did next after he had done his thing, she said?
After that, she told me, then he had me get out of the car and proceed to have sex in my bottom. I started screaming.
Did she use the phrase, in my bottom?
Yes.
What did you take that to mean?
Being her anus.
And did you ask any further clarification based upon what she had said?
I didn't, because I thought a bottom was pretty self-explanatory.
Was there any sort of misunderstanding between the two of you as you were discussing that?
No.
Now, what did she say happened when he proceeded to have sex in her anus?
She said, I started screaming, then he got angry and pulled me onto my seat, and he had his hands around my neck. I said, if you hurt me, I will scream.
Did you place that entire portion within quotes?
Yes, I did.
Based upon that information that she had given to you, did you then take steps in order to complete a strangulation documentation?
No, I carried on with the narrative in this portion. We do have a strangulation addendum, which is a separate part of this exam, but I tend to do that independently from the narrative because I want to get the complete story.
What did she say happened after he had choked her in that way?
Jane Doe number 2 said, when he got done, ejaculate, he did it to the side of me.
Did you have to clarify what she meant when she said he did it to the side of me?
I did, and she clarified that he ejaculated to the side of the patient, not inside her or on her.
Was that an important fact for you in conducting your physical examination?
It's an important fact so that when I do the physical examination, I can look for any evidence that may be in that area that he may have ejaculated on her.
And the fact that she reported that he had not ejaculated on her or inside of her, does that factor into ultimately what evidence is available?
Yes.
What did she say happened after that?
She said, we got in the car and got dressed. I told the guy he had a weapon or something. I said, please, please, just take me home. I said, if you tell anybody, clarification. He said, if you tell anybody, I will murder you, and he looked straight ahead.
Did she in fact say that he had a weapon?
She said that he had a weapon or something.
What did she say happened after he threatened her in that way while looking straight ahead?
She said he drove me and dropped me off. I forgot my purse in his car. My friends said I should tell.
Now, after talking to her about the history of what had happened the previous night, did you then ask her a series of standardized questions about the physical acts that took place within the context of that reported sexual assault?
I did.
And what types of questions would those be?
We asked specific questions about if she had known the possible suspect, if the suspect had threatened her, if he threatened her with any future harm, if there was any talk or use of a weapon, and then specifics about what part of the anatomy of his anatomy went on her anatomy.
Did you specifically ask her whether she had consumed any alcohol prior to the sexual assault?
I did.
And what did she say?
She denied.
Did you specifically ask her whether or not she consumed any drugs prior to the sexual assault?
I did.
And what did she say?
She denied.
Now, did you in fact collect blood and urine samples from Jane Doe number 2 to then be subsequently tested to determine whether or not there was any sort of blood alcohol concentration or toxicology?
With her consent, I did.
And did you impound that along with the other items collected during the SART examination?
I did.
Now, when you asked her about her knowledge of the suspect, did she say whether or not she had known him before or ever met him before?
She had said, and may I read a quote in from my report?
If you have placed it in quotes, please do.
This is what Jane Doe number 2 said. She said, Kevin, drive-by friend, 30 to 40, dark complexion, strong tattoos, right arm, thick black bands, and some more tattoos on the left arm.
Did you ask her whether or not she had been threatened in any specific way?
I did.
What did she say?
She said, he said he would choke or murder me if I screamed or told anyone.
Did you ask her if there was a threat of future harm, and specifically what she remembered the man saying to her?
Justice Owens.
Overruled, comes in under 791. You can answer.
Can you ask the question again, please?
Yes. Did you ask her if there was a threat of future harm, and if there was, what specific words he used?
Jane Doe number 2 said, and I quote, he said he would murder me if I told anybody.
Did you ask her if there were any physical blows or to her during the course of the sexual assault?
I did.
How did she respond?
She denied.
Did you ask her if she believed that there was a weapon accessible?
She said yes.
And what did she say about that?
She said, and I quote, I don't know, but he maybe had something I don't know.
Did you ask her if she had been strangled?
I did.
And what did she say?
She said yes.
Did she give you a description of what happened?
I did, and that is in the strangulation addendum.
Now, did you complete that at that time, or did you just ask her the standardized questions and continue on?
To be honest, I can't quite remember.
Okay. Did she say whether or not or how she had been strangled, with one or both hands?
She had said that she had been strangled with 2 hands and that he stood in front of her.
Did she say whether or not she had experienced any pain or other issues as a result of that?
Yes, at these initial questions, it was neck pain and some difficulty in breathing.
And when you completed the strangulation addendum, did you ask more specific questions about what she experienced as a result of it?
I did.
When you talked to her about what she was experiencing, did you in fact confirm that he had used 2 hands?
I did.
Did you ask her to estimate how long the strangulation lasted?
I did.
And what did she say?
She said that it had been 1 to 2 minutes.
Did you ask her to estimate the level of force that he used?
I did, but I find this is a very hard question for patients to verbalize how strong is the pressure on their neck. She had just said that I was suffocating.
Now, in terms of the questioning, at least, did you ask her how he was acting at the time that he had choked her in the way that she had described with both hands?
I did.
How did she describe how he was acting?
We asked what the suspect's emotional demeanor was while he was strangling you, and she said, and I quote, nonchalant but serious.
Were those her words?
Those are her words.
Did you ask her what the suspect said while he was strangling her in that way?
I did.
And what did she say?
She said, and I quote, if you scream, I'm going to kill you.
Did she say what else he did? Or did you ask her what else he did while strangling her?
She said that he just talked.
Did you ask her if she was able to speak?
I did.
And how did she respond?
She said, barely, I sounded funny. If you hurt me, I'm going to scream. If you don't hurt me, I won't scream.
Did you ask her if she fought back or attempted to do anything at the time that she was being strangled?
I did.
And what did she say?
And she said, no, I wouldn't move. It was getting tighter. I wasn't going to mess around.
Did you ask her if anything made the suspect stop?
She said, convinced that I wasn't going to scream.
And when she said convinced that I wasn't going to scream, was she referring to the suspect?
I believe so.
Did you ask her the specific question of what she was thinking during that act?
I did.
And what did she say?
She said, I could be dead. If I scream, he was going to choke me.
Did you ask her if the suspect had ever strangled her on any prior occasions?
I did.
And what she said?
She said no.
Now, in terms of what she experienced as a result of this, she described neck pain, is that right?
Correct.
She described feeling as though she had been suffocating, is that right?
She said it was very hard to breathe.
And did she say anything about her voice or whether she was able to speak clearly?
She described her voice as being different, weird.
Now, when you talked to her about the specific sexual acts that occurred during the assault, did you ask her if there was penile vaginal penetration?
I did.
And this is, again, within the standardized questioning that you ask in order to collect evidence, is that right?
Correct.
Did you ask her if there was penetration of the anus by the suspect's penis?
Yes.
And how did she respond?
She answered yes.
Now, did you ask her if ejaculation had occurred?
I did.
And how did she respond?
She had said, she reiterated that he had ejaculated to the side of her.
And did you note that it was at the crime scene?
Yes.
And not necessarily knowing where that was, is that how you documented it within your report?
Yes.
Now, in terms of the physical examination that you conducted, you mentioned that the way that you document the evidence that's collected is both through the obtaining of the history, the standardized questioning, and then you also document it photographically. Is that correct?
Correct.
When you complete a sexual assault examination report, are there diagrams that are available to you to be able to note any findings that you have?
Yes.
And did you in fact complete some of those diagrams based upon your visual and medical inspection of the of Jane Doe 2?
Yes.
In addition to that, did you also take photographs of certain areas of Jane Doe number 2 in order to preserve the way she looked when you had seen her?
With her consent, yes.
And looking at Court's Exhibit 2 to your right or across the court to your left, is that one of the photographs that you in fact took?
Yes.
Now, turning to Court's Exhibit 28 for identification. Looking at that photograph, is that a close-up view of the front of Jane Doe number 2's neck?
It is.
May I approach, Your Honor?
Yes.
I'm going to show you a series of photographs and diagrams. I'm going to ask if you can just identify what is seen in them as we go forward to ensure that we're accurately describing them. So beginning with Court's Exhibit 28, that frontal view of Jane Doe 2's neck. Why was it that you focused in upon this area of her body?
Any patient that comes with a history of strangulation, we do a series of photography with a specialized camera of the neck, the head, the eyes, the ears, and this is one of the standard protocol pictures.
When you examined the frontal neck area of Jane Doe number 2, did you note whether she had any bruising?
There was no bruising noted.
Did you know whether she had any redness?
There was no redness noted.
In the course of your experience as a sexual assault nurse examiner, do you have a particular area of expertise in strangulation?
We have extensive training in strangulation.
Can you describe for the jury, generally speaking, what happens during the course of strangulation? And if we can just use Court's Exhibit 31 to explain further. And if you'd like, you could step down, I can get you a pointer.
Oh, yes, please. Okay, shall I do it on this one or that one?
Whichever is easier for you. I'm not sure if you'll be able to reach up top. So whatever you'd like to do.
Okay. Probably be able to see better here.
Okay.
I'll try and reach. So this is the anatomy of the neck. This is the most unprotected part of your body. There's a lot of structures here that are vital to life. There is your windpipe. When you breathe in, you have your carotid arteries that take your blood up to your brain, and then veins that bring the necessarily empty blood back down. So when you breathe in and that takes the oxygen to your lungs. You need that to survive. Once it's in the lungs, that oxygen then is brought up by these red arteries up to the brain. This takes vital oxygen and nutrients up to your brain. You cannot live, your brain tissues cannot live without oxygen and nutrients. Once that oxygen is up in your brain, then the deoxygenated blood, the blue lines, come down to take that blood back to the lungs so it can pick up more oxygen to go up to the brain. There is cartilage here around the windpipe that helps with the voice box. It also helps protect the windpipe. There is nothing here outside here to protect these arteries or veins. So they're the veins are superficial, they're just underneath the skin. The arteries are a little bit deeper. So if you have pressure on the arteries or the veins, then that will stop this vital oxygen going up to the blood. If you have pressure on the windpipe, that is going to stop the oxygen going down to your lungs. You're going to be short of breath. You're going to be short of breath. You can get a little bit dizzy with that. You're going to certainly be very anxious about not being able to breathe. That's one of our basic instincts in life. If there is pressure on these red arteries, that will stop the flow of good oxygen and nutrients going up to the brain. If you put pressure on that, then you can have not many signs. There's no signs here on your neck, but you're going to have symptoms. You may have loss of vision or tunnel vision. You may have changes in your hearing. You may get a little bit disorientated. You may lose your memory. You may black out. You may urinate or defecate yourself because your body is in a defense mode and trying to send all that blood and oxygen up to your brain. And amount of pressure that you put on your arteries, if it's for 10 seconds, about 11 pounds of pressure, you will be unconscious. If that continuous pressure remains on that artery, you can be dead within 3 or 4 minutes because there's no oxygen going up to your brain. The veins are a little bit closer to the skin. So if you apply pressure to these veins on each side of your neck, then it only takes about 4 or 5 pounds of pressure for 10 seconds to give you some symptoms. It may not make you unconscious, but you will have back pressure in your brain because the blood's not able to come back down again. So you may have burst blood capillaries that can show up in your eyes or your ears. They're like little red spots. You can also have the hearing changes again. You also have you have a nerve that goes up the neck, your vagus nerve. If you apply pressure on that, that can slow down your heart, can give you a heart attack, and give you a lot of abnormal blood rhythms, cardiac rhythms. And also there's about 50 small muscles that keep all the structures in place. If those are traumatized or pressure is applied, then you can have swelling inside the neck area with these muscles. That can give you a hoarse voice, a raspy voice, changes in your voice because your voice box is right there. There's also some longer symptoms that you may have that may be weeks, months, or even years afterwards. You may dissect one of these little arteries, the lining of your arteries or your veins, through the trauma and the pressure, and that can cause a slow leak. parts of plaque in your arteries or your veins may break off, and that can cause you a stroke and death many years later. So that is the anatomy of the neck.
Thank you, Ms. Williams. Go ahead and resume your seat. Showing you course exhibit 30. Is that the left side view of Jane Doe number 2's neck? Once you've resumed your seat, careful.
Sorry, what was your question?
Is that the left side view of the neck?
It is.
And
That was Court Exhibit 30. He has a hard copy there in front of you.
I do.
And showing you again now course exhibit 29. Is that the right side view of Jane Doe number 2's neck?
Correct.
And in either the frontal, the left, or the right view of her neck, did you notice any pronounced swelling or bruising of any sort?
No.
How frequently do you expect to see bruising after a reported choking act?
Sometimes we will see bruising from finger marks or hand marks on the neck, or ligature marks if it was used by a cord. Sometimes there are defensive wounds, meaning the person is using their own fingers to get the person's hands off their neck, so they may actually scratch themselves because they are fighting for their life. Usually though, over 50% of our patients appear with no physical signs because, again, it takes so little pressure to apply pressure to these vital arteries and veins that usually you don't see many signs, physical signs on the neck.
When you say that it takes so little pressure to compress the vital organs, does that include the windpipe?
Yes.
Is it fairly common, in fact, over 50% of the time, that someone would not have any visible trauma on the exterior portion of the skin, even though they had their windpipe restricted?
Correct.
Now, would the pressure that would be necessary in order to restrict the windpipe, would that be less pressure than would be necessary to cause trauma within the veins or arteries around the neck that could then lead to bruising?
It's actually more pressure you would need to the trachea. The windpipe is encased with cartilage, so it takes a lot more pressure to actually do any damage to that windpipe area. However, you can have damage around the area, and that will allow for some inflammation around the voice box and the windpipe.
Now, you mentioned when you were describing the anatomy of the neck that oftentimes one of the most basic fundamental aspects of life is the desire to breathe.
Yes.
When, based upon your experience in dealing with sexual assault victims, is the restriction of the airway, does that cause trauma?
Emotional trauma and physical trauma, yes.
When you're using the term emotional trauma, what do you mean?
Emotional trauma, if somebody is thinking that they often will say, in my experience, that they think they're going to die because they can't get any oxygen, they can't breathe.
Now, in addition to the area of the neck that you examined, did you also take other photographs of other areas of the body that you were examining in order to explore the potential evidence that may relate to the sexual assault?
I took pictures regarding the strangulation, and also pictures regarding the sexual assault, genital pictures.
I want to talk to you about the physical examination that you did in the genitalia first. Can you describe whether or not you noted any visible findings related to Jane Doe number 2's vaginal area?
With her consent, I did an assessment of her genital area. I also did some genital photography with her consent. I did notice that she had on her hymen, which is the opening of the vagina, a small area of redness.
What is redness also known as erythema?
Yes.
What does redness or erythema indicate to you as a sexual assault nurse examiner?
Erythema, the redness on a hymen, it can be from medical reasons. This is why we ask specific questions about genital medical questions at the beginning of the interview. Usually with medical redness on the hymen, it's usually diffuse, it's around the whole area. This area of redness was just at the top portion of the hymen.
And do you still have the pointer with you? I'll grab it for you, one moment. Showing you now Court's Exhibit 32 for identification. Do you have that in front of you and displayed on the TV?
Yes.
Is this the diagram that you completed related to the hymen area where you noted the erythema?
Correct.
Can you just point to the area when you're saying that it was alongside the hymen that indicated that form of redness?
This area here is the hymen, and then this area, which we call 12 o'clock, looking at a face clock face, this is the area that was specific, that showed some redness.
Is redness in that area consistent with trauma or blunt force or some form of friction in that specific location?
It is non-specific, as in we don't really know what the cause would be. It's just a little suspicious if it's one area of the hymen. It's not throughout the whole area of the hymen.
And now I'm going to show you a photograph of that area on Court's Exhibit 33. If you can just indicate what it is that you're referring to and what it is that you saw.
This is the anterior part of the hymen, and there's some redness right here.
And you see that in the area that you indicated with the redness on the interior portion of the hymen, did you in fact actually manipulate that area physically in order to take that photograph?
I did.
And what is it that you did in order to be able to take that photograph of that specific area?
With gloves, you can see my gloves here. You actually apply traction to separate the labia.
And did you separate the labia in order to note that redness that was on the interior hymen?
Yes.
Showing you Court's Exhibit 34 for identification, do you recognize this diagram?
Yes, I do.
And I want to ask you about any findings that you noted as it related to the anus of Jane Doe number 2.
This is the anus, and there was 2 findings. One was a redness, and the other was more red-purple area.
What does first redness indicate again in this type of location? Is it any different than it would be if it was located in the hymen?
It is a little. Usually we will ask patient history, if they've had any hemorrhoids, if they've had any anal fissulas, if they've had pain or bleeding with when they defecate. She denied any of these. Again, she had some redness and this purple area, which was non-specific. We can't actually say what caused that. But it's not around the whole anus area.
And as to the red-purple second area that was indicated, what does that show you, or what does that tell you?
That can be rubbing. It could be a start of an abrasion. It could be the start of a bruise. But I tend to just call it what I see it, either red or purple, because we don't actually know what the cause of that would be.
And does that indicate to you when you see redness or red-purple indications, does that tell you that there was perhaps some form of blunt force to apply to that area?
It possibly could.
And showing you Court's Exhibit 35 for identification, is this the photograph that you took noting those 2 findings?
Yes.
Can you please show the jury with the pointer where the redness was located?
It's down here.
And you're indicating in about the center of the exhibit, slightly below the anal opening, is that right?
Yes.
And where was the red-purple indication?
Up here.
And that would be closer along the interior portion of the anus, is that anal
Yes.
opening, is that right?
Correct.
And did you in fact manipulate that area as well in order to be able to photograph it?
Yes.
What did you do?
I applied traction obviously with gloves on. You apply traction to the anal folds to bring the area more visual.
Thank you. Now would be a good time, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. We will take our clean recess at this time, so we'll be back at right here at 1:30. Please remember the admonition. We'll see you back here right at 1:30. Have a nice lunch.